Yeah, I'll run over there. Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't mean for you to have to do that.
No, it's all right. I got.
But we are gonna time you.
Alright.
We got a bet pool going.
Sweet. Alright, that's serious. This is done. Anybody have cough, sneeze, cold, bellyache, watery eyes, stuffy nose? Believe it or not.
Does obesity count?
No, because I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm from the
Actually,
I'm from the tripod area there, boss.
alright.
Thank you so much for everything.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Letting us come over. I know it's a weird year this year, so.
No problem.
Mic 1 2.
I forgot my Evanston roster back home. You guys don't have Evanston.
I think
Tracy from
oh, he just gave it.
Yeah, he just got it.
Yes, I actually do have an extra. No, I don't. Yes, I do.
Okay, I appreciate it. Eric, do you have any questions on pronunciation?
Yet.
Just let me know.
Cut. You gotta be shooting me. Check, check, check. Check 1 2, mic 1 2.
I got nothing.
How about now?
Yeah, I can actually hear
Okay.
you now.
All
Awesome.
right.
All right. Frankum.
All right. Tie line pot or tie line's dead. I have no idea what's going on with it, so we'll just do the stream again today.
Okay, so I'm going to take it off YouTube again?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just pulling into the studio now.
All right, you're fine. We got time. Just telling you.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Just let me...
Whoops.
I think your guys' roster is incomplete.
It is. I sent him over there.
So,
So I'll say, because I see 81 up here and it only goes to 68.
Yeah. I remember from last week when they gave it, I told Eric, said, oh, we only got half the roster. He said, it's on the backside too. So he just went over there to print the backside.
Fun.
oh, it's well.
I think he'll probably give you a new one with front and back.
Okay.
I think that's what he was gonna do.
So, we're here, Johnson. He's not even on here. There he is. 61. Hey, what number is Derek Johnson?
Derek Johnson is 61.
Okay. Sounded like a bomb went off in my ear. Jagger Mitchell.
Yup. He got second team all state this year, didn't he? For baseball?
Jagger,
Yeah.
I think second team all state.
Yeah, that's what
This stud running back is 5'5", 145. Little. John. That's August. Yeah, he's little.
He is, but he's quick.
Well, I'm sure he is. People have always said that about me at the buffet. He's quick.
Papa Murphy's is
Layman Studios is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Layman Studios offers sports cards, mugs, statuettes, plus several photo package options.
pouty about it?
Yeah, a little bit. She's not happy that we're only going for one night. No, it's fine. I'm good. She asked me
Go down to the field? Well, I can't hear the rest of the crap going on. Said I can't hear all this stuff. I won't be able to hear all this stuff.
No, you won't. You can stay up here
Oh.
until we send you down. Yeah.
I didn't know if you want to do a sound check down there.
Can you? Well, here. Can you hear me off?
I'm connected.
Can you hear me off? Test.
I can hear the music, but
Give me a second here, bro. I need a second.
yeah.
So. Behind yours, so we're not gonna make predictions this week, okay?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
that's because I beat you last year, so your wing is jumping out. It's fine.
I'm gonna need you to get in a little bit closer here anyway.
I have no sound.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
'Cause if you're going live,
I know. Okay, so I need you to be in the camera shot.
no problem.
Alright. Tell Rusty to go ahead and go. Hello, folks, and welcome to the Bailey Enterprises pregame show here on KTAK 93.9 FM and streaming live in HD on YOtoday.com. I'm Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers as we bring you week 2 of high school football coverage for the Riverton Wolverines live from Riverton High School. Cody, good to have you back in the booth as you had a little family reunion to get to last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be here. The Riverton Wolverines making some adjustments this week. Hey, it's home football here on Wolverine Field. We're ready to go. I know we look like Andy Reid from last night in Thursday night football, but it's exciting to be out here seeing a live sport. It's a school sport, and so these kids, they're working hard and trying to become better football players. They are good human beings, and we're ready to go with Wolverine football at Wolverine Field.
Now, if you'd have told me the first year that I came to do Wolverines football, if you told me you would have been doing video, I said, yeah, probably. If you would have told me we'd be doing video while wearing face shields, I would not have seen that one coming. But you know what? The blue band looks good on you, buddy.
I like the color of blue. No, we're ready to go, and the Evanston Red Devils in the house, and this is a fast-running team that likes to run the ball outside. Their running back, David Perez, a junior, 5'5", 145 pounds of nothing but speed, and so Riverton going to have to tackle in space tonight to have success against this team from just a mile inside the state of Utah.
That's right. All right. We'll take a short break here, and we'll come back, and we'll take a look. We got our Pokes preview show. Wyoming's going to be undefeated this year. We'll take a look at last week a little bit when we get back towards our starting lineups. We've also got the prep report, a look at every single high school football game this week, and our Riverton rear view, a look at last year's matchup between these two teams, which, I had to go back and look at this, Cody. That was actually a really good football game. It had a little bit of everything in it, a surprise finish or an exciting finish that went the right way for us anyway. A couple of big catches from Trey Draper. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, our coach interviews. So all that and more is coming up next. You're listening to the Bailey Enterprises pregame show on KTAK, streaming live on YOtoday.com. Go with Bailey. Go Wolverines.
Go Wolverines.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, it makes sense to choose an insurance agent who lives in Fremont County. Your local Allstate agent, Bill Brown, knows the ins and outs of both owning and protecting your home. Call Bill today for a free quote at 856-6573.
All right, folks, we're going to head into the prep reports, and after that, we'll start with the Pokes preview. So, Pokes preview, and then we'll come back and get to that prep report, followed by our coaches' interviews. That's up next here on KTAK.
Hey, Pokes fans, it's time for the Pokes Preview Show with the voice of Fremont County, Eric Pauly. Eric, how about them Cowboys?
Thank you, Dave. As we continue a undefeated season for the Wyoming Cowboys on the football field, we're doing the throwback games every Saturday on KWYW 99.1 FM, and you can catch the games at noon, and we're doing a series of spectacular games from years gone by. This week's matchup was one of the most memorable wins that I can remember in Cowboy football history. I was in a hotel room about to have surgery on my nose. I'd broken my nose so many times I couldn't breathe right, and I was waiting to get surgery the next day, and this game was on TV, and this game was on the radio, and I'll never forget listening to it. The Cowboys traveled to Knoxville, Tennessee on November 8th of 2008, and they defeated the Tennessee Volunteers 13-7. Now, UW football fans have, again, an opportunity to relive this tomorrow at 1 o'clock on KW 9.1 FM. In 2008, college football was operating under the Bowl Championship Series BCS system. Wyoming's victory that day was the first time in 22 years that a non-automatic qualifying BCS conference team had won in Neyland Stadium. 1986, Army defeated the Volunteers 25-21. Never had Philip Fulmer head-coached Tennessee teams lost to a non-BCS conference school at home until Wyoming's 13-7 win. The Cowboy victory was the first by a Mountain West Conference team versus the Volunteers. Wyoming set the tone for the game on Tennessee's opening possession when junior defensive end Mike Newhouse intercepted Volunteer quarterback Nick Stevens and returned the interceptions 55 yards down to the Tennessee 4-yard line. On the next play, Greg Jinho caught a touchdown pass and led the Cowboys to a 7-0 lead. Midway through the second quarter, senior linebacker Ward Dobbs intercepted Stevens and turned the interception into a 24-yard pick six, put the Cowboys up 13-0. Dobbs would be named the Mountain West Conference Defensive Player of the Week that week for his performance against Tennessee. He recorded team-high 13 tackles, had 4 tackles for a loss and 1 sack in leading Wyoming to its 13-7 win. It was Dobbs' first interception returned for a touchdown of his career and proved to be the game winner. Dobbs also moved into 7th place on Wyoming's career tackle list with his performance against Tennessee. He ended his Cowboy career with 343 career tackles, currently ranks 10th on the Wyoming career tackle list. Wyoming's offense generated 266 yards of total offense on the day, including a $167 on the ground and 99 passing. The Cowboy defense held Tennessee to just 219 total yards and only 101 rushing yards and 118 passing, and allowed the Volunteers only 1 touchdown in the third quarter on their way to the road victory. For the Cowboys, it was their third win over a Southeastern Conference opponent under head coach Joe Glenn during Glenn's era at Wyoming, 03-08. The Pokes posted a 3-1 record versus the SEC. He defeated Ole Miss in Laramie 37-32 in 2004. Again in Oxford, Mississippi in 2005, 24-14. The only loss for Glenn-era teams against the SEC came at Florida in the 2005 season opener by a score of 32-14. That was actually my first game at the University of Wyoming. Glenn was the only University of Wyoming coach to win a game versus an SEC opponent until current head Cowboy coach Craig Bohl led Wyoming to a 37-30 win over Missouri and Laramie on August 31st of 2019. You might be seeing that one a little bit later on, folks. Guaranteed you will. In November, you'll hear the call of that one from Dave Walsh and Kevin McKinney. That's a look at the Pokes preview show. Plenty more still to come on the pregame show. You're listening to High School Football here on the Wind River Radio Network. All right, folks, welcome back to the Bailey Enterprises pregame show. We're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Brett Watson, with us. Brett, we're testing out some new equipment here anyway, but we're going to bring a sideline reporting here to Wolverines football. Brett, how are you doing down there, man? What's the view like?
Great. Can you guys hear me up there?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Well, does the camera make me look big? I'm worried about that.
You look like a Wolverines fan.
Just asking. Oh, cool. In the shade, it's awesome right here, Eric. You get out on the field, it gets a little warm, obviously, when the sun beats on that turf for a while, and it's probably 10 degrees hotter out there, but looks like everybody's loosening up real well, and looks like the Wolverines are ready to go. A lot of game faces over here, so
Brett, you got to call the game
back
with
at
me.
you guys.
You got the game. Got to call the game with me last week, and Beers got to watch a little bit of it as well. But you know, things for the Wolverines to have worked on from last week to this week. I mean, what do you think they dialed in on?
Obviously, the blocking. We talked about that last week, Eric. The schemes are a little bit complicated, and you know, we talked about our size, and we were having a tough time getting guys across, pulling across there. But I think they've made some adjustments this week. They've made some personnel changes, and I look for the running game to pick up a little bit. We talked about the passing game last week, and with those big receivers, they're pretty tough. If we get a running game to complement it, look out.
It's we saw some glimpses last week, Cody. We saw some glimpses of what could be or what might be, and we've got an excellent opportunity here with a pretty inexperienced Evanston squad. We'll hear from the Evanston coach here in just a bit. Brett, we appreciate it. We're going to send it back to our prep report that's here and now on the Bailey Enterprises pregame show
on KTAK. Welcome back to the pregame show. It's time now for a look at the prep report this week. Every single high school football game happening in the state. And we begin in Class 4A. Number 2 Cheyenne Central is at number 1 Sheridan. This is the game of the week in 4A for sure. Game starts at 6 p.m. Cheyenne South at number 3 Thunder Basin. Rock Springs is at Kelly Walsh, also at 6 p.m. Number 4 Cheyenne East at Campbell County at 7 o'clock. Boy, it's weird to see Campbell County not ranked, isn't it? I won't say I'm sad about it, but it's weird to see. Laramie at number 5 Natrona at 7 o'clock. Class 3A, Buffalo at Green River at 4 o'clock. You'll probably have finals on this one pretty soon. Warland at number 3 Cody at 6 o'clock kick. Evanston at Riverton, 7 p.m. This game, of course, right here on the Wind River Radio Network on KTAK 93.9 FM. Also on yotoday.com with an HD live video stream. Number 5 Lander at number 2 Powell at 7 o'clock. This one will dictate a lot here moving forward in terms of the rankings. In Class 2A, it's Lyman at Cokeville. Should have a final on this one before the broadcast finishes. It's a 2 o'clock kick, maybe even before things get started for some of our broadcasts today here at the Wind River Radio Network. Big Piney at number 3 Thermopolis. Donnie Bjoris and Kevin Simpson with the call of this one. 5 o'clock, 4:30 pregame show on KDNO 101.7 Classic Country. And the Bobcats ranked 3rd in 2A. Looking to have another strong showing. Number 5 Upton Sundance is at Newcastle at 6 o'clock. Number 4 Wheatland at Bighorn at 6 p.m. Just about said Big Piney. Glen Rock at Torrington at 7 o'clock. Number 2 Mountain View at number 1 Lovell, 7 p.m. And it will be the Buffaloes and the Bulldogs. We'll see who comes out on top of that one. And obviously whoever wins that one will be number 1 ranked probably in the state. Pinedale at Kimmer, 7 o'clock. Tongue River at Burns, 7 p.m. as well. 1A 9-man ball. Number 2 Rocky is at number 4 Shoshone. That's at 3:30 p.m. Pine Bluffs at number 3 Lusk at 6 p.m. Riverside is at Wright at 6 o'clock. And number 5 Lingo Fort Laramie at number 1 Southeast, 7 p.m. Wind River is at Grable at 7 o'clock. You can catch that game on KFCW 93.1 FM. Pre-game show coverage starts half hour before kick. Ernie over with the call of that one. In Class 1A 6-man, it's number 1 Farson Eden at number 4 Burlington at 2 p.m. And I just realized I'll probably have to check on that time for Wind River. That doesn't seem right. And then 3A Douglas is out of state in South Dakota. Pocatello, Idaho is at number 1 Jackson in 3A. And then number 4 Star Valley in 3A is at Sugar Salem, Idaho. And we have a couple of non-varsity opponents here through the week. Now, Saturday is chock full of 6-man ball and 9-man ball. We have Moorcroft at Saratoga on 1A 9-man, and then at 6-man, it's number 5 KC at NSI, DuBois at Midwest at 2 p.m., number 2 Little Snake River at number 3 Encampment, and Tinsleep is at Meeteetse at 2 o'clock. That's a look at the prep report. Plenty more still to come here on the pregame show. You're listening to high school football on the Wind River Radio Network. Porter's Mountain View Supply is celebrating 42 years in business, which brings you anniversary savings. From September 10th to the 12th, get 10% off Hearthstone stoves. For years, Vermont craftsmen have been committed to building quality stoves, handcrafting each Hearthstone with the most advanced heating technology. As a stamp of craftsmanship, every Hearthstone soapstone stove is signed by the stove builder. Get the best in home heating comfort at Porter's 42nd anniversary sale, September 10th through the 12th.
There's a new face in the Women's Health Department at the Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. Welcome certified nurse midwife, Sam Skelton. Sam earned her doctorate in nursing practice at Frontier Nursing University. She provides full-scope midwifery services and enjoys empowering women to take an active voice in their healthcare decisions. Sam is accepting new patients at both Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care in Riverton. For an appointment in Riverton, call 856-6591. 856-6591.
Layman Studios is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Layman Studios offers sports cards, mugs, statuettes, plus several photo package options. Visit us today at 210 West Main in Riverton. Layman Studios, 856-3941.
Overhead door, we're your total window and door store. We have garage doors, front doors, storm doors, screen doors, glass doors, sliding doors, shower doors, French doors, wood doors, metal doors for your business or home. And the finest brands of windows and service you come to know. We have the right door for your loading dock. We sell the best hardware, handles, and locks. Overhead door, we're your total window and door store. Overhead door.
Time now for a look back at last year's matchup for the Evanston Red Devils and the Riverton Wolverines during our Riverton Rear View segment. Well, it was a night game back at K. Fackel Stadium in Evanston, Wyoming, where the Riverton Wolverines would win it 24-21 after the Red Devils suffered some injuries to key starters in a pretty close ball game. In the week previous, the Evanston Red Devils had lost their starting quarterback, and the backup, sophomore Jackson Moore, was thrust into action after the injury. The young quarterback showed some poise and made his mark, proving to be an effective runner, leading the Red Devils to the game's first score on a 2-yard pass completion to Stetson Weidrich. With 10:13 left to go in the second quarter, the PAT by David Perez was true, and Evanston led that one 7-0. Riverton answered its second possession with a 3-yard touchdown run from Caden Werbelow. It was a 75-yard scoring drive, and there was about 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and the score was even at 7 apiece. A couple of turnovers for the Red Devils and the Riverton Wolverines would take advantage of it. A fumble on a pitch near the 50-yard line gave Riverton the ball, and Riverton quarterback Dylan Lang connected with Trey Draper for a 37-yard completion to put it at the Red Devil 20. Werbelow did the rest from there, took 3 runs, he gets in, and it was a 14-7 advantage after the PAT with about 2 minutes left at halftime. Larson picked off a pass from Moore on Evanston's second play of its fourth possession, and Riverton was back in business once again inside the Evanston red zone. Tanner Johnson would get a kick in, 43-yard field goal after some penalties, and Riverton leads 17-7 at halftime. Now, Evanston would come roaring back in the second half as Moore picked up 25 of his team's 126 yards rushing to advance the ball to the 23-yard line after a big punt return, and the drive stalled out from there. Evanston gave it up on downs with 8:35 left in the third. Wolverines had the ball at the 22-yard line. Riverton had a number of offensive weapons, of course. Werbelow, Hyatt, Hinkle, Dale, Campbell. They sustained the Riverton drive all the way to the Evanston 17-yard line. Senior linebacker Sean Knighton had a big game on both sides of the ball, stopped Hinkle for no gain on 4th and 4, and resulted in a Riverton fumble recovery by Wagstaff at the Evanston 16 with about 2:49 on the clock in the third quarter. Moore then broke free on the first play out of the huddle, 66 yards to the Wolverine 18. 2 plays later, Vernon bullied his way into the end zone, and it was 17-14. The teams exchanged a couple of 3-and-outs, some punts, a couple of fumbles actually by both teams took place early in this quarter. And then Red Devil junior Derek Johnson blocked the punt, and senior Cade Frankham recovered and advanced the ball to the Wolverine 16, setting up Evanston's next score with about 8 minutes left in the game. Now, the pitch to Wagstaff got them into the end zone. Evanston took the lead 21-17 with about 5 minutes left to play. Lang returned the ensuing kickoff 55 yards,
and just about scored on that one. Just about scored. He got caught from behind. And the Wolverines committed a turnover on a Werbelow fumble and gave Evanston the ball right back with about 4 minutes left. And then after they picked up a first down, they got it down to about 2 minutes left of the ball game. They had to punt. Riverton got the football back. Draper, who seemed to do this time and time again, coming up with a big catch in the fourth quarter ball games last year, was the recipient of a 29-yard pass to the Evanston 45. Draper caught another pass all the way down to the Red Devil 24. And then on 4th and 6 with 53 seconds remaining, Lang found Draper again and delivered a perfect strike for the go-ahead score. Riverton took the lead, and they win that one again 24-21 in Evanston. And we'll hopefully see another good football game this week and hope the Wolverines come out on top again. That's a look at your Riverton rear view. Plenty more still to come. You're listening to Wolverines football on KTAK.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, it makes sense to choose an insurance agent who lives in Fremont County. Your local Allstate agent, Bill Brown, knows the ins and outs of both owning and protecting your home. Call Bill today for a free quote at 856-6573. Adolescence can be a rewarding time for young people, but for some students, it can be emotionally trying. Did you know that nearly 22% of Fremont County students in grades 8 through 12 answered yes when asked if they had ever seriously considered suicide in the past year? If you or someone you know is at risk for suicide, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Paid for by Fremont County Prevention Program.
What's it like to kill someone?
Emptiness. Painful. It doesn't seem real. There was no intent. It was never supposed to happen. You don't go out to kill someone. I keep seeing her head coming through the windshield. I'm so very sorry. There's nothing I can do to make it better. Please, don't drink and drive. It doesn't change the fact that I'm a killer.
This is Cody Beers with YDOT. A killer is a killer. Never, ever drink and drive.
Long have our ancestors debated taco or quesadilla. Now, Taco John's has finally found the answer. Both. Introducing the Chicken Quesadilla Taco. A taco made with a cheesy quesadilla shell filled with grilled all-white meat chicken and chipotle sauce. And now you can get 2 of them for just $5. History and tacos made. Taco John's. From ching, bigger, bolder, better.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
By Evanston head football coach Jim Burton. Coach, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to meet with me this evening. Take me through your off season. I mean, we're into week 2 or week 3 if you're for it, but week 2 here. Take me through your off season. How many kids did you get out? Did you guys go to a camp? What do things look like over the summer for you?
Yeah, we host a camp down here in Evanston the 3rd week in June, the How You Win a camp. We had 4 teams out. We had Jackson came down, and then we had Ogden and Ben Lowman from Ogden, Utah come up, and we ran a camp. And we have coaches from Colorado Mesa and Colorado Western come up and help us run that camp, and that was pretty good. Have about 45 kids out for that, sophomore to senior kind of thing. Freshman to senior, we're a little bit over 80 kids right now, so not huge, but not too bad. We're fairly young as far as that goes. A lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. Not a ton of seniors. I think we're up to 15 after we got an exchange student. How that goes.
Right.
But not a ton. But yeah.
Okay. Let's run through last week. You headed into week 1 football. I mean, obviously, it's week 1 football. You're going to have some bumps, some bruises, some mistakes, and some false starts and that sort of thing. But if you had to grade your team on how you guys performed last week, what would you say? Were you guys operating at 70% of what you think you guys are going to be this year? I mean, how did things go last week?
We actually we were relatively penalty free, and we actually were pretty clean with the ball, knock on wood. But a few penalty right in a bad spot. We end up with a personal foul near 1st and goal, and then it turns into 2nd and forever. So that was an issue. I think we're probably, realistically, we're between 70-75% to where we can be, I think. So just a little slower than it should be, little things here there, but no, not too bad for an opening week with a whole new offense and a fairly new defense.
Okay, let's dive right into that then. I didn't get a chance to watch any film on you guys this week. Normally I get on Huddle and I could take a look at some things, but we had a week here at the station. So, I mean, take me through your mentality. Are you calling the plays, or is your coordinator calling the plays? And tell me, are you a deep threat team, a between the tackles kind of team? What are we going to see from the Red Devils?
I'm involved, but the coordinator's going to call. Steve Moore's going to call, 95% of the plays, and then I get my 2 cents in when I can. We're going to run the ball quite a bit. If we could get in a fight in a phone booth, we would. You know what I mean? We like it tight and a little bit dirty. I'm an old offensive lineman, so I kind of like that kind of style. We can hit it deep when we need to, but we're definitely not. We're not in vogue, if that's what you're asking.
Sure, I got you. So take me across your front five there. How big are you guys up front? What kind of experience do you have up front?
Not really big. They're all right around between 180, 195. You got 2 starters back. We got Sean Knighton at guard and Jesus Quintero. They're both solid, really, really solid guys. We've got some juniors over there, Nick Child and Derek Johnson on the left side. They're just guys with motors that don't know when to quit, and I really like that in an offensive lineman. And then right tackle is kind of a toss-up. We've got a young sophomore that's kind of showing me something, and then we've got a senior that is that's playing well, but he's also starting on defense, so it's kind of trying to figure out how to roll them in and out. But they're pretty tough, and they're fast, and that's kind of how we like to play with those linemen is fast.
All right, how about the backfield now? Just on the sheet that the 2 deep you had with me here, you guys running the double wing?
It's a double wing look, yeah.
Okay. So that's I played against Evanston when I was in high school, and it was watch out for the inside veer. It was time after time.
And
so
Coach Packrell used to run the whole split back. Served him well. It's there's some of the same principles there. It's pretty heavy if you watch any of the academies, Army, Navy, the college teams run a lot of the same kind of things we do. We run option, a lot of counter stuff. Just try to keep you on your toes. And try to outspeed you up front for sure. Right.
Let's talk, I guess, position by position here. Tell me about your quarterback.
Jagger Mitchell. He's really he's our backup, but he's our starter. Our going into the season starter has an ankle issue that's kind of nagging and sticking with him. But Jagger's basically, he's a running back, plays quarterback, but he also, he happens to be a baseball player, so he does have an arm, he can throw it. So he's kind of a nice fit for what we do. He can run the ball, he can throw it, makes pretty good decisions up front, when it comes to the reads. With our offense, it's not just reading the coverage, but reading down linemen and things like that, and he's really adept at that. And I'm hoping to see some, good things out of him.
Now, what about your big back there? You had some shoes to fill in the backfield from last year.
Definitely. Between Cornea and Pablo and even Riley Griggs, we had some really good backs. Tyus is off playing at Western State in Colorado in Gunnison, and so that's anytime you lose a kid who can play college football, you're filling huge shoes. But we've got a couple guys kind of fighting over that big back, the B-back spot. There's a senior, Bryson Davis, and he's just another motor kid, doesn't know when to quit. And we got a pretty decent-sized sophomore, Peyton Vernon, going to get a lot of looks. And every once in a while, there's a few of those other backs that'll hop in there. But those 2 are going to get most of the reps there.
Okay. Let's flip sides of the ball. Who's your leader on defense? Who's your go-to guy out there that's going to be the one rallying the troops?
It's Rigdon Wagstaff really gets us lined up, gets us in the right coverages, gets us in the right fronts. And he's really the big leader. He communicates well. He flies around to the ball. He does a lot of the dirty work. By that I mean he's taking on blocks and he's doing things that a lot of people don't want to do. But he's definitely, I would say, our defensive leader.
Now, in terms of you're one of the few coaches that sent me a 2 deep that actually had 2 people deep on your defensive tackles and your defensive ends. Normally you got your 4 starters, and then you might have 2 guys that might rotate around the between the edges, the inside, and things like that. But are you 8 deep at the defensive line?
We can be, but you also have to consider that a lot of those guys play offensive line. And so we try to roll them on defense as much as we can, keep them fresh, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But we're getting to where I had a couple kids with some different eligibility issues that we've cleared up that are coming back. Kids starting late, kids, I've got, how kids in summer get. So we're just getting all our kids back right there. Last week, a few of them weren't able to play. I still have a couple with, some injuries, but yeah, we've got a lot of kids we can rotate. Our young defensive and offensive linemen are actually a little bit bigger than even our seniors. They're just not quite, they're sophomores, but they're going to get some reps inside to kind of spell us a little bit.
All right. Looking to special teams, I asked you before we got started here about if you guys had a kicker and things like that, but in 3A football, sometimes it's all the difference if you got somebody that can make a 25-yard field goal. Do you guys have a kicking game?
Yeah, our field goal kicker last week was unable to play. Had some family things going on that he had to take care of. So he's back, and we can definitely kick 25, 30. I don't know if I go much further than that, but we need to. We have a kicker that can do it.
All right, you got that weapon.
We've had some kicking weapons the last few years, maybe between Richens and then Escalante. I mean, they both had just monster legs.
Right.
But Perez is another soccer kid that can get under it. He's pretty good at it.
All right, Coach, I appreciate you spending some time with us. Good luck to you, and we'll see you out there.
All right, see you later.
Adolescence can be a rewarding time for young people, but for some students, it can be emotionally trying. Did you know that nearly 22% of Fremont County students in grades 8 through 12 answered yes when asked if they had ever seriously considered suicide in the past year? If you or someone you know is at risk for suicide, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Paid for by Fremont County Prevention Program.
We are building a stronger, safer CWC. Your health is our top priority. If you're coming to the CWC campus, please wear a mask and go online and fill out the daily wellness screening form at healthy.cwc.edu. Wear a mask when you arrive on campus. Find a health screening station in the Health Science Building or the Arts Center Theater. Check your temperature and you're on your way. Again, to fill out the daily wellness form, go to healthy.cwc.edu and we'll see you on campus.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, I kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
All right, Cody Beers here with Coach Troy Anderson. And, hey, Coach, home opener.
Yeah,
got to be exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting, way exciting. I was just out here, unfortunately for Ron's service the other day, right? Like, just makes you take an account of, like, how important the field is to the community, man. Like, it's a big deal. I don't know if that weight is felt by our young guys or not, and I kind of in some ways hope it's not, but in some ways hope it is, but it's really important, man. It really is.
You guys, two straight weeks to the Big Horn Basin and kind of took it on the chin 2 weeks in a row. What have you learned from that early season stuff, and what do you hope to use tonight against Evanston?
Yeah, I'll go with the kind of downside first, because I like to get the bad news first usually. We were just really tough. We were not good against the run on both sides of the football. I don't think anybody anywhere that looks at anything or the tape on us probably believes that we were good in those areas. I picked some good things for my guys when I sit down and talk shop and final wrap up for the morning, tomorrow morning with them. That was good about that I wanted to show them what they're capable of. On the offensive side at least, and I think we had to do some things on defense, but we weren't good there. The positive side is we threw the ball against Cody. I think Cody's good on defense, man. Those dudes run, and then they're players. And I think I talked to Coach McFadden. I think he said there's 2 or 3 all-state linebackers in that school, so you expect that of him. But I thought we threw the well. I thought Damon made some pretty big leaps in decision making and putting the ball in the spot, not just throwing it wise, but putting the ball schematically in the spot that it should go. And I thought we saw some really good things from the tight end, Jared Lucas, doing some really big things for us. Both you guys probably couldn't see it on the broadcast or that, maybe you could, but he was really a vocal leader out there, and I think that'll serve us well going forward as well.
You guys have made some personnel changes along the line. I think from what I heard, it kind of started with the kids. They wanted to make some changes, and Rylan Kane, maybe one of the smartest kids at Riverton High School, now going to get the chance to move back to maybe a more natural position for himself.
I appreciate the work that he did in these 2 games at that other position at guard for us on offensively. He took that on willingly. And so I really appreciate that, but I'd agree. I think that's probably a more natural spot for him. And then we've moved in probably one of the fittest linemen that we have with us, and we're asking him to kind of double dip, which, that seems to be a less common thing nowadays, but I think he's capable. Is Isaiah Bemin's going to replace Rylan on the right side for us, and so that's a pretty big thing. And then we made a kind of a flop again. Isaiah's involved in both flops. Isaiah's he's an athletic kid. He's a big kid. Has really good leverage on the field, and we moved him inside, and we're going to bring up a young guy and let him use some of his athleticism on the edge, and that's Hayden Brown on the defensive side.
You guys have some athletes offensively. Some really good athletes. How do you get the ball in the hands of a Blake Dale, a Lucas Engel, a Jared Lucas more?
Yeah, I think on some level, people that are going to watch this last couple of weeks kind of maybe think if you stop the run and we started to get a little predictable up in Cody. We still were able to be productive, but I think if we can, I told Evanston crew this morning, and I told them last night, if you can run the football, it changes how you can play call a bit, and if you can obviously defend the run, it puts people behind the chains. But it's just to get those guys in places where they can be productive. I think we saw a little bit of that last week. We saw Blake and Lucas catch the ball and after the catch stuff, and Jared for that matter, are very productive players after the catch. If we can get them out in some space behind a linebacker, they're very productive players.
How do you get that running game going, Coach? Trayton struggled running the ball, but he had guys right in his face all night.
Yeah. So I watched the film. I'm the dude that grades all the front 5 there. And so there was 62 or 63 gradable plays. So there's 300 grades that went out with comment. And the reoccurring thing that I saw, we weren't physical and aggressive. We talked about this a little bit last week, but we talked about from early in the season, we want to be efficient and effective. So we don't, typically take our bigs and put them on the specials. We've got athletes that we set around and we put them on the specials. So we built in another indie session this week for the bigs where we could work on the physicality part of it, not the thinking part of it as much. And then you're seeing guys come out right now at about 3 o'clock where I think for at least the foreseeable future, we're going to put in a pre-practice piece so we can be better, at least on that side of the ball. And those are the things that we're doing as far as making actionable changes and trying to be more efficient. So I think I feel really good about the extra indie time, the physical indie time that the offensive line took, and I think it'll pay dividends as we get more repetition at it as well.
You had a pretty tough running back to face last week, and that Talich kid, his dad played at UW, and he's a big physical kid. How do you teach these kids how to tackle?
Yeah.
I mean, tackling's a big deal.
Yeah. Yesterday, and we hadn't been back to it for a while because you always kind of walk that fine line, right, of exposing to risk, cost versus reward, right, or cost versus benefit. But we put in a couple of the tackling drills that we hadn't had back since in camp or too much, and so I think that really helped. And then our kids are enthusiastic about those drills. We're in compressed space a little bit in those, so I don't know if that answers exactly our problem, but it gets a little bit of the demeanor part, and I think that's probably the bigger part for us to address right now.
You guys come out here, home opener. Evanston likes to run the football, so it's important to make those tackles and limit them to big gains.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that if you watch the tape on Evanston or look at their stats, they've got about 3 or 4 guys that can really run. And so it's just playing disciplined football, playing responsibility. And if you watch any tape against anybody, I watched them against Mountain View. And Mountain View's got some athletes, and when they had their difficulties with that outside run game, just like anybody, then it's because you missed assignments or you failed to follow through on an assignment. And so I think we're a third week into this. We've seen kind of a meat grinder of Powell, and we've seen similar from Cody, but a little slight but different, right? And this is going to be a little different yet, but we've kind of walked our way to this outside game that I think Evanston is really going to push for. And so hopefully our guys understand how to play that with leverage and start out. That's probably seems to be, and across the board for high schoolers, one of the things where playing with leverage in space as a space player is challenging. We know that open to attacking is the hardest thing to do probably on defense. So I think they've had some exposure to that, and I'm hopeful with doing some of the drills we're doing and just the recoaching, I think we can get there.
3 straight home games, that's unusual in high school football. So week 1, go out and get a win, huh? That's got to be the main goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like I talked about in the beginning there, like it's really important, and to give these guys get behind mentally a little bit, I think is really, really important for them. So, to believe. I've got a little talk for them. I'll share this because I'll talk to them before you put this out. But, the old elephant with the rope around its leg story, I feel like we've kind of got to be a little bit of an elephant right now. We need to know how to break the rope, And so I feel like that'll be the talk I'll have with them after we finish tonight. But one of the talks, but that's kind of where we're at with it. We got to learn how to break the rope because we got some bodies and we got some athletes. We just got to kind of loose a little bit and feel that confidence.
All right, I'm going to ask the question. How do you break the rope?
I think, that is just, we got to find the thing. I've been looking in the huddle, like looking at the things we do well. And I think, it comes down to that first down of the game to me, or that first, third, 3 and out. I think that's the thing. Whatever we end up on that side of the field, to sit down with that and to just create the belief, because we have done good things. The scoreboard doesn't mimic it in the last 2 weeks, but we've done good things, and so that's my thing. We get on them hard enough in practice and correct them and recoach them, but I just want that's the thing, is to get them in there and believe that. And I think we haven't had a 3 and out. We played defense both times this first week. We haven't had that 3 and out first down, and it's hard. I think Powell and Cody both went down and scored a touchdown. Even if we can get them to sustain a drive, I think that's a win. Offensively, we got to get first downs. I think we strung plays together last week for sure. So I think offensively we're capable of that, and if that means that we need to come out offensively first and string something positive together, we might do that too.
How you doing injury-wise?
Still just the one right now. Just Brock. Brock's been getting treatment both with us and outside of campus, and So we're hopeful that we'll get him back. I hope for the conference season. I would love to see a kid like that get back and get some more games under his belt as a senior. But he's the only one I know.
Coach, we'll talk to you after the game. Hey, good luck.
Okay, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to the Bailey Enterprises pregame show. Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers here at Wolverines Field, Wolverine Stadium, and we're going to be checking in here once again. Brett Watson with us down on the sideline. Brett, how's that offense looking? Well, Brett, I think you might be muted on your end. There you go.
You're exactly right.
There you go.
Not many times I get muted in my life, but this time I was. The offense looks pretty smooth. Of course, they don't have a live opponent with them against them right now, but looks like they have added some twists this week. Again, without an opponent there, the blocking looked pretty crisp in pregame. I was noticing that Tanner Johnson was booting them from about 55 yards out, so that's a weapon we don't talk about much with this Wolverine team. But
hopefully we'll get to see him take some swings out of here this evening. We're just about ready for the coin flip here, I believe, Beers. We'll check back in with Brett here as we get a little bit closer on towards, well, actually probably be about middle of first quarter, somewhere around there. Brett, we'll check in with you again. Let's catch the coin flip here. And Cody, what do we
got
going here?
Senior captain Caden Gantenbein out, and they flipped the coin, and looks like Evanston won the flip and deferred to the second half. So Riverton going to take the ball and as we get ready to roll here. So one captain out for the Wolverines. Haven't seen that one too often. Riverton will receive and defend the north end zone. And we're about ready to see the Wolverines enter this field.
That is weird to see just one out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not something that's normal.
All right, let's see, Cody. I'll take care of the camera work here if you want to do our Sutherland's starting lineups here for Riverton and, of course, for the Evanston Red Devils.
Red Devils going to be on defense. We'll get defensive end Mason Erickson, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. At defensive tackle, it'll be Nick Child, a 5'8", 165-pound senior. At defensive tackle, Derek Johnson, a 5'10", 170-pound senior. And the right defensive end, Peyton Cornea, who is a second-teamer on offense. The cornerbacks, Jackson Moore, who's been battling some injury problems, the junior quarterback on offense. Tonight he'll come out and play cornerback, and then Brandon Van Giesen will be the other cornerback for this Evanston team. At Sam linebacker tonight, hey, he's going to play quarterback too, 5'9", 180-pound senior, good baseball player, Jagger Mitchell. At middle linebacker, he also starts at wide receiver, Stetson Weidrich. Weidrich comes in 6', 175-pound senior. And then the will linebacker will be Riker Case. At strong safety, it'll be Cade Frankham. Frankham is a wide receiver on offense, 6'3", 175-pound senior. And the free safety, the running back, a little scat back, 5'5", 140 pounds, David Perez. So for Riverton on offense, at quarterback, a 6', 180-pound senior, Damon DeVries, number one ranked quarterback, yard-wise in Class 3 after Week 1. The tailback, he's looking to get his game going. Gained 4 yards on 15 carries, and Cody, 6', 180-pound senior, Trayton Hyatt. He caught 7 passes last week, looking to get more touches this week, a 5'7", 150-pound junior, Blake Dale. A senior at Z, 6', 150 pounds, Ethan Patterson. At Y tonight, tight end, just an outstanding athlete, 6'5", 195-pound senior, Jared Lucas. The big wide receiver on the outside, got all the ability on the planet, 6'6", 180-pound junior, Lucas Engel. At left tackle, the big man, 6'3", 285-pound senior, Caden Smith. At left guard, 6', 205-pound senior, Caden Gantenbein. At center tonight, 6'3", 308. He's making the move from guard to center. Ryland Kane, he'll captain that offensive line. 6'2", 240-pound senior Isaiah Bemmett will come in at right guard. And the right tackle tonight, a little bit under the weather emotionally tonight. Skylar Soule lost his grandpa yesterday, 6'3", 290-pound senior. Those are your Riverton Wolverine starters, Eric. And, you know, this team has injected some speed into its offensive line tonight, so you're going to see a lot of running, pulling guards, the whole deal, and hopefully Riverton's rush-first offense will get things going.
That's right, Cody. Little bit of rust for the first week one. We won't count week 0. I didn't get to see week 0, but for week 1. And one thing that Brett and I were talking about, Cody, is it was actually relatively penalty-free. So if Riverton could keep that going, they didn't beat themselves penalty-wise. They had some low snaps and some pauses on offense, so we hope to see the Riverton Wolverines kind of break out of their shell, move the football on the ground, which has always been the goal for them, to establish the running game. Like any team, establish the running game and get themselves going and set up the pass. So future's wide open here for Riverton, but I tell you what, we need to get the job done today, Cody, because the next couple of weeks of schedule are going to be rough.
Well, you want to get a win under your belt in this game because, yeah, Jackson, #1 rushing team probably in all of high school football in Wyoming, comes in, and it'll be a challenge for this Riverton team next week. But, you know, you got to start with the first step on the ladder, and tonight the Wolverines looking to get off the schneid for Coach Troy Anderson and get that first win of the season.
Well, Cody and I are going to show you, for those of you just joining us here, Cody and I are in full COVID gear. We got our face coverings on, and I just had the pleasure of attempting to use my binoculars here. So that's going to be a no-go. We'll have to rely on, well, the camera, which we can do this year. So for those of you listening online or listening on the radio there on 93.9 KTAK, we invite you to join us on the live stream available on wyotoday.com. You can visit us on facebook.com/wyotoday to catch that stream link as well. It's also right there on the homepage. So, all right, Cody, we're just about ready to get things underway here.
Well, great job, Eric, getting this video stream up and running.
Hey, don't jinx anything yet, okay?
Right, well, I'm serious. We got a new era here of covering Wolverine football, and we're the only team that's providing live video and play-by-play. And so tune in to wyotoday.com and join it. Hey, we're getting ready to bring you the call, the voice of the Riverton Wolverines, Eric Pauley.
Thank you, Cody. Back deep to receive for the Wolverines will be Gergen and Kautz. And this is going to be a little bit of a flop here, man. It's going to go out of bounds at about, the 25-yard line, and some laundry already there.
Well, that'll be good for the Wolverines. Come out with good field position and get ready to play this little smash-mouth running game.
So out come the Wolverines. Shadows cast here at Wolverines Field. This will be the first night game for us. We didn't get under the lights in Cody. They had that storm come through over the summer, lost their lights, and weren't able to get those repaired in time to really, they just weren't able to get them repaired in time. Let me get rid of our Coach Anderson overlay here and get you back to where we're supposed to be.
Damon DeVries out at quarterback.
As first play underway, and this is straight down the middle, running right across the 50-yard line. Picking up good yardage on the play there is Hyatt. First down for the Riverton Wolverines on their first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, big hole busted through the middle of that defensive line for Evanston. Just a huge hole.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of Evanston. And DeVries has himself about 4 yards deep, takes the shotgun snap, hands off. And this is no ands, ifs, or buts about it, Cody. They're going to try to run off guard, off center here to start things off, and they're just flexing with those bigs up front, trying to make it known to the defensive front line. It's going to be a long day. Gain of 7, maybe 8 on the play for Hyatt.
Take advantage of your bigs. Wear down the opponent's defense.
11-14, first quarter on the Taco John's scoreboard. DeVries in the gun has 2nd and 3 in front of him. Looks to pass, throws, and it is caught off of a tip. And out of bounds with a first down yardage, a gain of 8 yards on the play. is, was that Lucas Engel?
Lucas Engel.
Engel there with the catch off of the tipped ball. Pass was intended for Ethan Patterson. 1st and 10 off of a bobbled ball. 11:02 first quarter. 0-0 on the Taco John's scoreboard. 2 receivers near side, 1 inside the hash, 1 outside. Engel in isolation to the far side. DeVries in the gun, sends a man in motion from left to right. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws right. It's caught by Dale, scoops it off the carpet. He's off at the 25, spin move at the 20, stiff arm at the 15, down at the 7-yard line. And talk about yards after initial contact. That'll be a gain of close to 22 on the play. 1st down and goal for your Riverton Wolverines.
Well, you got to get the hands in Blake Dale's hands. Get the ball in Blake Dale's hands, whatever. But you know what? That junior receiver can do a little bit of everything for this Wolverines team.
2 receivers stacked tight to the near side and 2 to the far side. They go spread. They bring it in motion. Under center is DeVries. Fakes the handoff to the motion back and then gives it down the middle. And Evanston saw that one coming. A short gain on the play for Hyatt. Picks up a couple.
And nothing fancy out of this Riverton offense. Mix in a few passes with runs up the middle and pound it right down Evanston's throat.
10-15 rolling, first quarter. Spread it out again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. DeVries once again under center. Hyatt, the lone back. Sends Dale in motion, gives it to him, and Dale swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And Evanston penetrated really quickly on that one. Third and goal for the Wolverines in the first quarter on their first possession. Two receivers to the left, single near side is Dale. DeVries now in the pistol. Takes the snap, rolls left, pumps, and then steps up. He's going to run with it. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, just shy of the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th down. Riverton starts off strong, sputters a bit, and now we'll see the field goal team come out. I'm assuming Tanner Johnson will probably be the go-to, or we got a timeout on the field. Well, timeout taken. Riverton wants to talk, and we'll take a break from our sponsor. 0-0 on the Taco John scoreboard here in the first quarter.
We are building a strong...
Brown Sugar Coffee Roastery is proud to sponsor youth sports for the best in fresh roasted coffee, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the weekends. You'll enjoy the best locally sourced food at Brown Sugar Coffee, 203 Main Street in Riverton. When it comes to protecting what matters most, it makes sense to choose an insurance agent who lives in Fremont County. Your local Allstate agent, Bill Brown, knows the ins and outs of both owning and protecting your home. Call Bill today for a free quote at 856-6573.
Welcome back to Wolverines football. Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers, Brett Watson down on the sideline with us as we got an interesting decision here. Cody, what do you think? Are they going to come out and hard count this thing to try to get closer and then send out the PAT? What do you know?
Looks to me like they're going for it here on 4th down, Eric. Putting 4 receivers in the pattern, and you know what? You got one of the best passers in high school football to lead you down the field.
2 receivers near side, 2 to the far. Ball on the left hash. DeVries takes the snap, rolling, looks right, steps up, and he's going to tuck and run. And Cody, he makes it to the 5-yard line, fumbles the football into the end zone. He hops on it. Let's see who recovers. Touchdown, Wolverines.
That's a touchdown, Riverton.
Well, that was unconventional. He fumbled the football across the goal line, but he was able to cover it up. Riverton leads it 6-0. That was not a designed run, I don't think.
10-yard run there by Damon DeVries, and the Raiders, Wolverines with an early lead.
Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So Riverton leads this one 7-0 on the Taco John's scoreboard. We'll take a break here, back after this message from our sponsors on 93.9 and WyoToday.com.
Riverton's Hampton Inn is proud to sponsor youth sports. When coming to Fremont County, you'll always enjoy a clean, comfortable room and a friendly welcome at Riverton's Hampton Inn, just north of Riverton on Highway 26.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Welcome back, Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers, Brett Watson here at Wolverines Field. Kickoff is punched at here. Takes a high bounce at the 7. It will be fielded at the 2 or 3 yard line there by Jackson Moore. Look out, folks. He's quick. Across the 20, out to the 23-yard line. And he is hurt on the play here. He'll bounce up. Looked like he was in some pain there, Cody.
Yeah, he's been hurt the last week or so. And so Jagger Mitchell is going to come on and be the Evanston quarterback. Now, this Evanston team is an outside running. They'll bust the fullback inside, so Riverton going to have to tackle in space really well today in this ball game.
Final score: Shoshone falls to Rocky 22-20. In Shoshone, here's the first look at the Red Devils. Under center will be Jackson Moore. As Mitchell brings Moore in motion. They flip it to Moore, and he picks up single yard off the little flip there, Cody. And this is a very familiar-looking offense from the Evanston Red Devils.
Moore down after that hard hit on the play.
Moore with first carry of the ball game will be escorted off, so I think we will see Mitchell step into the quarterback spot once again.
That first tackle of the ball game by Broden Mathis.
Give him a little space here. And
senior lineman having himself a season so far.
2nd and 9. Wolverines defensive front 4. One of the biggest we've ever seen.
It's like 4 Paulies out there.
I don't know about that. Here's the snap. Give it to Mitchell. He's going to run with this thing, tucks it up, and he will be swallowed up, but doesn't go down. He's not that big, but he's pretty strong. Picks up 3 yards on the play, brings up 3rd and long.
Tackle on that play by Braden Vincent, the 6'1", 195-pound sophomore. Only sophomore starter for the Riverton team.
3rd and 5 for the Red Devils in their white unis with the red caps. Little black stripe from the thigh to the knee. Mitchell in the gun. Takes the snap, looks right, throws right. It's caught and tackled right away is Cade Franco. That brings up 4th down, and it was no gain on the play. Big stand from the Wolverines defense, Beers.
Great coverage on defense, and that coverage is going to go to Kai Gergen on defense and the tackle. So 3 and out. That's something Troy Anderson talked about, Eric, was just the ability to get a 3 and out to start this game. And he calls it, cutting the rope. Getting that rope away from you, letting your Stallions loose on the field, and that was a good start.
Red Devils will punt. It looks like it'll be Mitchell doing that duty as well.
This Evanston team 1-9 under their new coach. They went 0 for last year, and they won last week over the defending 2A state champion Mountain View.
Gergen will be back to receive at the Riverton 34-35 yard line. And Mitchell, the quarterback running back, will be the punter, so watch out. He's an athlete. Riverton's coming after this one, Cody. The snap is good. Mitchell puts a foot to it. And end over ender will be fielded at about the 32-yard line. Off and running is Gergen across the 45 down to the 47. And that's where the Riverton offense will start with 7:35 to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Riverton with the lead. Got a flag on the play?
Got some yellow out there on the 46. Be a personal foul face mask. First penalty of this game on Evanston.
So they'll back into Red Devil territory here.
Everything going right for the Riverton Wolverines here in this first quarter.
The official will walk it off here. Takes it all the way down to the 37-yard line, 38-yard line. Riverton will have a 1st and 10 well inside of Red Devil territory. DeVries in the gun, high at the deep back. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Spread out. Snap is a good one. Handoff is to Hyatt. Shakes to the left side off guard. Throws the shoulder down, and he muscles his way for a 1st down right on the numbers at the 28-yard line. Should be enough for a 1st down. Let's see. Oh, hold on, Cody. We might get to measure something here. It's exciting with Zoom. Nope. He'll say he's short.
Jagger Mitchell with the tackle on that play.
Dale and Patterson to the near side. Ingle wide to the left. They'll send Mathis in motion. Here's the handoff to Hyatt straight down the middle. And, boy, he's just squaring up and going, Cody. He picks up 7 yards on the dive play. 6:54 on the Taco John's scoreboard. 1st and 10 Wolverines from the 22-yard line of the Red Devils. The last time we got down here, we kind of sputtered a little bit. DeVries under center, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, man in motion left to right. And they'll give the handoff again to the D-back Hyatt. He gets stacked up. Gain of 4 on the play. So they're riding Hyatt early and often.
Well, they're nothing fancy here, just straight up the, up the gut, and why not when you can run behind that big offensive line, and you've got them outweighed all across the front.
Dale on the inside of the hash. Another one outside of him on the outside of the hash here on the right side. 2 to the short side of the field as well. Shotgun snap to DeVries. Throws right side. It's picked off. Slipped through the hands of his intended receiver, and off to the races is Jackson Moore. Across the 50. Cody, I don't think he's going to be caught. 30 to the 20. 10-5. Pick 6. And a flag flies back at the 20-yard line. If this stands, the Red Devils have 6 points on the board. We'll see what the flag is here. And it looks like it might have been an unnecessary block in the back here, because I tell you, Moore was gone. I mean, gone. No reason to even throw a block.
Yeah, he's got serious wheels. He ran away from Damon DeVries.
And it was a good pass. It just slipped right through the hands there. I'm not sure who that was, Cody. And there's another flag way back here, Cody, all the way back at the 22-yard line.
Penalties are offsetting. A replay 2nd down.
Yeah, they're going to replay this, and that goes in Riverton's favor big time, as offsetting penalties saves a pick 6 for the Wolverines.
Well.
They actually roughed Damon DeVries down here after
Is that what it
he
was?
let go of the ball. Yeah, so offsetting penalties, and Riverton, well, they dodge a bullet there.
Again, a good pass, just, I mean, it was a bit high, so he had to catch it above his head. It just went right through the triangle of his hands there. So it's going to be 1st and goal. The ball spotted on the 9-yard line. So there were 2 penalties then against Evanston on the play. Had to have been. In the gun, DeVries to the left, to the right, handoff, goes to Hyatt. He's taken down immediately. And a swift tackle there by the middle linebacker, Carson Knight.
Carson Knight made the tackle.
And Knight, a 5'10", 155-pound junior for Evanston.
.520, 7-0 Riverton on the Taco John's scoreboard. 2 receivers near, 2 far, under center, DeVries. Sends a man in motion, left to right, and gives the handoff around the bend here. This is going to be good for a Riverton touchdown.
Nathan Hutchinson.
There's a flag on the play. You notice I didn't get too excited there. I caught wind of that.
And it went on Riverton.
Holding call there, and I saw it. There was a hold there.
Crew white hat tonight, Chris Edwards from Lovell.
2nd and goal now, back at the 17-yard line.
5:04, 7-0 here on the Taco John's scoreboard. And now backed out here. It's 2nd and goal from the 18. Here's DeVries, shakes and bakes, 15-yard line, splits out to the 10, shoulders forward across the 7-yard line. Good gain there. And DeVries picks up about half of the distance here. He needs to get into that goal line.
Weidrich and Case in on the tackles. 3rd and goal.
4:43 and rolling on the Taco John scoreboard. Still first quarter here, 7-0 Riverton. Engel wide left, 3rd and goal for the Red Devils. 2 receivers near side, DeVries. And the short gun sends about 3 wide to the left. Handoff is Hyatt, shakes right, goes left, shoulders down across the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. Great downfield blocking there by the Riverton Wolverines offensive line, and patient running by Hyatt.
8-yard touchdown run, Eric.
Didn't get in a hurry, let the blocks develop, got behind his big guys, and then popped outside. Excellent job. 13-0 Riverton. Kane to snap, DeVries to hold, Johnson to kick. It's up, and it is good. 14-0 now on the Taco John's scoreboard. We take a break. Back after this message from our sponsors on KTAK, streaming live on wyotoday.com. Eric Polly, Cody Beers back here at Wolverines Stadium, and checking in once again here with Brett Watson, our sideline reporter. Brett, you got a pretty good look at that one.
Hey, Eric, it's kind of what we expected from the Wolverines early on with their big line. They are gashing some holes at the ground level. They're giving DeVries time, and the backs are finding seams. So back to that penalty, I was kind of lost too, but that was post-possession.
Oh, okay.
The second penalty against Riverton, so they would have came back and done the first penalty. So anyway, up to you guys.
Thanks, Brett. Back and running with it here. There's more with speed across the 25 to the 30, gets a block at the 40, across the 50-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped. And Cody, they got to just keep him in the crosshairs the whole time, man. He is a weapon. You got to pretty much play spy on that kid.
Yeah, they've got some fast kids. They got David Perez, the tailback, and then this Jackson Moore kid already ran one back, and it was called back on an interception on that post-possession foul, which that's an advantage to be able to have a guy on the sidelines telling you what's going on, because we just didn't know.
Out come the Red Devils under center. Again with those wing backs, and it'll be Mitchell underneath, and Mitchell gives it off to the first man through. Good yardage on the play here, and that is going to be the big man Well, let's see.
Inside handoff.
Was that
down to the 42-yard line? Brings up 2nd and 5.
Larry? Did you have 25 on that? Who was the ball carrier there? 25. Okay.
Chris Topalm on that tackle.
There's a little pitch to the outside, and Mitchell brought down behind the original line of scrimmage. And the ball carrier was Vernon. I apologize, folks. I didn't have him on the two deep there. So 3rd and about 6 here.
Great job on defense by Nathan Hutchison on that tackle. So
3:12. Let's play in the first quarter. Riverton leads 14-0. 3rd down here for the Red Devils. Man in motion from right to left to get in the double wing. They'll send him back over there. And they'll bring Mitchell in motion now, and the handoff again. First man through the defensive line for the Riverton Wolverines. Got carried a little bit there, but they hold strong. Gain of a couple on the play, and that was again. Ball carrier there was Peyton Vernon. He's 5'10", 205. He is a load. He's a big fullback.
That Caden Smith just with those nimble legs for being a big 285-pound D tackle in on that tackle. It was a nice job.
So 4th and about 3. Evanston going to go for it here. Step back into the gun, option to the right side, and not going to get there. Quarterback Yeager Mitchell is going to be short by about 2 yards, and that time the Riverton Wolverines' edge set was excellent.
Nathan Hutchison with his second tackle in the last 3 plays, and that's just great pursuit by Riverton's defense.
Excellent job.
Second straight 3 and out against this Evanston offense for the Riverton defense.
2:13 to play in the first quarter. 14-0 Wolverines on the Taco John's scoreboard.
Actually, that was a 4 and out.
Yeah, 4 and out. 1st and 10 for Riverton. 2 receivers near side, single far. DeVries in the gun. Man in motion right to left is Dale. And he rides the handoff to Dale. DeVries keeps this between guard and center. Left side just slips through. And a gain of 15 yards on first down for DeVries. Excellent patient running, and again, the Riverton offensive line having their way with the Red Devils.
1st and 10, Riverton.
Tackle on the play by Derek Johnson, the senior linebacker.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line for Riverton. Man in motion left to right is Dale again. Fake the handoff, and then DeVries keeps it himself, and he'll be breaking tackles across the 30. Splits out to the 10, 5, touchdown, DeVries. Boy, I tell you, about 3 different times there, I thought somebody got a hand on him, but he slips right through. Wolverines lead it 20-0 now on the Taco John scoreboard.
A 46-yard run for the senior quarterback. He's seeing something as he fakes, and man, he had a big hole, and he ran 46 yards.
They'll line up here for the PAT. Again, Kane to snap, DeVries to hold, Johnson to kick. Evanston coming after it. Snap, the hold, the kick. It's up, and it is good. Riverton leads it 21-0. You're listening to Wolverines football on KTAK, streaming live on wyotoday.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to Wolverines football. Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers here in the press box. And, well, that's a welcome sight to see on the home scoreboard there, isn't it, Cody?
Big stat, Eric. 128 yards rushing officially for Riverton in this first quarter, thanks to our statistician. And, wow, what a start.
Can't complain about that one. Here's the kick from Johnson, and it will be fielded and then dropped and then turning around and running with it across the 5-yard line down at the 10-yard line for the Red Devils is Cade Frankham. Frankham must have big strides. He's 6'3", $175.
Lucas Engel on that tackle for the Wolverines.
So here come the Red Devils. They are pinned inside their own 11-yard line, so they'll be snapping it deep here. 1:30 to play in the first quarter. 21-0 Wolverines. Great first quarter.
That's fun. It's a lineman's dream tonight.
Under center for the Red Devils, Mitchell. And nothing fancy, Cody. We really haven't seen anything surprising. And Vernon, Peyton Vernon, 5'10" junior, takes another carry up the middle.
Second and 6.
Chews up, he's a big kid, chews up yardage, but Riverton has bent, not broken here on the running game.
Riverton's got enough bigs that they can give their offensive line a break here and bring in Chris Topalm and this defensive line, Broden Mathis, Topalm, good athletic kids that bring a good effort up the middle for the Wolverines.
50 seconds rolling first quarter, second and reasonable here for the Red Devils. Handoff again straight down the middle, and nothing going there. I believe they went to Vernon again.
Vernon inside.
He picks up about a yard on the play.
Beeman, Topum on the tackle. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 here at Wolverines Field, Wolverine Stadium. Just a little bit of haze out there, Beers, but we don't see as bad as it's been here the last couple of weeks with all the fires.
Beautiful night.
2 receivers near side, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They go spread. And shotgun snap here to Mitchell. Drops back, throws it, and it is incomplete. Pass intended.
Pass. Ball's incomplete.
At about the 22-yard line there for Elmer.
Boy, and when have we seen this, Eric? 3 stops by this Riverton defense here in the first quarter with 5 seconds to go. A 3 and out, a 4 and out, now a 3 and out.
They're building confidence here with each possession, and with 5 seconds left in the first, it'll be a punt. Deep inside their own red zone here for the Red Devils. It's a good snap, and this one is shallow, and it will be fielded at about the 40-yard line by Gergen, and he's still on his feet. Takes it across to the 35-yard line of the Red Devils.
Is fielded by Gergen.
I'm sorry, it was fielded on about the 45-yard line of Evanston. It was a shallow punt.
21, Evanston, 0.
That's the quarter, folks. We'll take a timeout, and they'll swap sides on the field. And we'll take a word here from our sponsors on KTAK.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers, back here at Riverton High School. Second quarter just about ready to get underway, and a great start. 21-0 Wolverines at the end of the first. Riverton with the football. DeVries in the gun. Takes a snap, fakes it, throws left, and it is caught by Engel. He spins down at the 25-yard line.
Lucas Engel complete down to the 25.
11:54.
First and 10 Riverton.
First and 10 for the Wolverines. 11:54 on the Taco John scoreboard. Ball on the 36.
And then guys are on the tackle.
Single receiver near side is Engel. I'd like to see him just throw one down the side of the field to him here. 2 receivers far side. Now 3. And we got a man uncovered out there. It's going to be a handoff to Hyatt, though. And Hyatt breaking tackle, still on his feet, across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And an impressive run there for Hyatt. Hey, Cody, I can't speak enough about the difference here for Hyatt this year and how he's starting this season. He's between the tackles, hard-nosed, running the football. He's getting low.
Struggled last week in Cody, but the Wolverines have changed their whole scheme this week, and they're just going right at people, and that's going to play right to Trayton Hyatt's strengths.
DeVries under center, Patterson and Engel to the left side. I think he's got Lucas and Dale to the right side. Man in motion right to left is Dale. Handoff is Hyatt, and this is blown dead. Laundry on the field.
They're going to get movement on Riverton.
Illegal procedure against the Wolverines.
Was that penalty 2?
Yes, 2 penalties now for 15 yards on the Wolverines, 1 for 15 on Evanston.
5-yard penalty. It'll bring up second.
11 minutes to play. Second quarter. Riverton leads at 21-0. The Taco John scoreboard. 2nd and 7 from the 22. 2 receivers near side, Engel, Patterson. Dale and Lucas to the far side of the field. Shotgun snap to DeVries, rolls right, throws right, caught by Dale at the 17-yard line, turns on the speed across the 10, shoulder down to the 5. And he'll pick up 15, 16, 17 yards. About 15 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Riverton.
Blake Ross down there on the tackle.
Jackson Moore on that tackle.
Marked it out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Red Devils.
1st and goal, Riverton.
10:27 rolling. He stayed in bounds. And we'll have 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. DeVries under center. Man in motion left to right is Patterson. The snap, handoff to Hyatt between guard and center, and he got stuffed there. Maybe a yard on the play. 2nd and goal, Riverton.
Hyatt inside for a short gain. Wade Barker and Riker Case in on the tackle for Evanston. 2nd and goal.
9:53, 21-0, Wolverines. Somebody asked us if we were trying to read the Babe Ruth signs out there across the field when we were doing the pregame. Yes, we were. DeVries in the gun, 2 receivers near side, 2 far side stacked on top. DeVries rolling left, throws left. It is incomplete. Pass was intended.
DeVries' pass is incomplete.
Well, let's see. That's Hutchinson. Yeah, Hutchinson. They're about the 2-yard line.
Bring up 3rd and goal.
I can't use my binoculars because I got the face shield on here, so I can't. Having trouble seeing.
Don't blame it on COVID. Eric.
Yeah, right. I know. Well, you couldn't even see the laptop when we were starting here. So, third and goal. In the gun, DeVries sends him 3 wide to the left. Handoff to Hyatt, and boy, he got hit in the backfield. And then they let go of him. The initial contact was Peyton Burton. Well, there's that's a new first name for me. Pate Burton. He's 5'7", 220. He's stout. Brings up 4th down. Timeout taken here by the Wolverines. We go with them on KTAK.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers with you here in the booth. Brett Watson down on the sideline. 9:25 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Wolverines out waiting on the Red Devils to get back from the timeout. 4th and goal. You're up by 21. Riverton's going for it.
2nd, 4th down here and goal.
Ball
Last time
is
a 10-yard run by DeVries.
Ball is just inside the 5-yard line, not quite on the 4. DeVries under center. Takes the snap, handoff, and then fakes it. It's thrown. It is caught in the end zone. Touchdown Wolverines.
Nathan Hutchinson.
Nathan Hutchinson with his second touchdown.
Touchdown, Riverton.
Boy, I tell you what, they sold me on the handoff there. And that'll make it 27-0 with 9:21 to play in the first half. And Cody, there's a real discussion now for a potential running clock game.
Let's don't go there yet, but 5-yard touchdown catch by Nathan Hutchinson.
Tanner Johnson back to kick, puts it up and in. He's on the money, Cody. 28-0. We were talking to Brett about what a weapon he is earlier in the pregame show. 28-0 Wolverines, 9:21 to play in this one. Back after this here on KTA.
Your car or truck?
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Eric Pauley, Cody Beers. Back here at Riverton High School, 9:21. Second quarter, here's the end-over-end kick. Good boot to it. Is going to take a great Riverton bounce. How about it?
Johnson's kick will bounce out of bounds.
Just about stayed in bounds here. It goes out at about the 2-yard line. It looked like that was going to roll back to the end zone.
That'll be a penalty on Riverton, and the Wolverines will take over on the 35-yard, or I'm sorry, Evanston will take over on the 35-yard line.
Sun starting to set here in Fremont County. (28-0). Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Here come the Red Devils, man in motion from right to left. They're loading it up, and then he comes back over to the wing spot. 4-man front blitz coming from the Wolverines. Handoff. Slipping through that line of scrimmage, and it's just so tight in there, Cody, that it's hard to tell that he even got the football. The ball carrier there was, I believe, Quentin Elmer.
In there to make the tackle.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Second 6.
9 minutes rolling, second quarter. Riverton up big in this one, 28-0 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Single receiver near side, one far side. Under center. Mitchell fakes and then keeps it. And he will be ripped down from behind by Broden Mathis. Mathis flexes a little bit there, and he needs. Well, was that Mathis or was that Lucas?
Was that Broden Mathis?
Yeah, Mathis.
Mathis, of course, at that defensive end, came clear across the field and made that play.
He's got to be careful. he literally flexed a little bit there after he made the play. Be careful with that in high school ball. You don't want to get flagged on it, but a great play there. And it's been a long time, Cody, since we've seen strong defensive end play from the Wolverines.
Always a big-time part of this Wolverine defense through the years.
Mitchell under center, handoff, left side, and it looked like the ball might have popped out there, but covering it up on the ground.
It's going to be short of the first down.
And it'll be fourth and about a yard on the play. Elmer.
4th and 1.
On the carry. 4th and a little over a yard. 7:40 on the Taco John's scoreboard. 28-0 Riverton. And this front forward needs a stop here. Don't jump. I bet you they hard count here. Mitchell loads him up. Counts him. Counts him again. And then brings Elmer back there, the handoff, and he's got it here, Cody. He's still running. Off and rolling with it is Mitchell. Across the 40-yard line down to about the 35. He rode that handoff for maybe 12 yards there. He just kind of held it in there and then ran behind his running back. That's a great short yardage play there, resulting in a big gain.
Yeah, and I just flat missed it, so it's a good job by Brandon Couch to save a touchdown.
Man in motion is Elmer. They loaded up with the handoff left side. And again, falling forward with the football for another big gain
on the inside run
is Yeager Mitchell.
Gantenbein and Higgins on the
Second
tackle.
and about 4 now.
Second 4.
This is the best sustained drive we've seen from the Red Devils.
That first downs of this game, and just starting to run it down Riverton's throat here a little bit.
Single receiver split to each side. They load up under center. And rolling back with it, Moore is going to heave this one deep to the corner, wide open for it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Cade Frankham got behind the coverage, and boy, it's a good thing. I mean,
Frankham for the touchdown.
He could have scored from 45 yards out there, Cody. He was wide open. The ball a little bit underthrown. It's a good thing they were at where they were at on the field, because I'm not sure that Moore has the arm to throw it any further than that.
28-yard pass from Moore to Cade Frankham. 6:07 to play in this first half.
28-6. The point after touchdown, snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. 28-7.
Licky's kick is good.
So the Red Devils get on the board, and we take another time out. You're listening to Wolverines football on KTAK, streaming live on WyoToday.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to Wolverines football. Eric Pauly, Cody Beers, and Cody with a little stat update here, and just 2 first downs
Yeah,
for the Red Devils.
Good drive for the Red Devils, capped off with that 28-yard touchdown catch by Cade Frankham.
Let's check in again here with Brett Watson down on the sideline. Brett, you got another close-up view. This time it was the Red Devils that punched it in.
Eric, on that last play, that looked like it might have been Riverton might have been running a little bit of zone defense, and it almost looked like the cornerback released and the safety didn't come over. But you were right; he was wide open. He could have parked there and waited for a punt on that one. So I think it was blown coverage. Back at you.
Welcome back, folks. 6:07 up here in the booth. Thanks, Brett.
Sound like John Connolly.
we did, yeah. I think a piece of our equipment decided to finally work randomly there. Here's the kick. And it is returned, and a little hesitation here. Brings it out to the 30 and 35-yard line, and then straightening up at the 40 with it. We got a flag on the play. And the return there by the Riverton Wolverines is Brandon Couts, the senior wide receiver and linebacker.
Illegal block against Riverton is the call.
It's going to be an illegal block against Riverton. So I believe that'll take the ball back to somewhere around the 30.
Well, the officials are discussing something here.
They're going to leave the ball at the, well, it's going to come back to the 30.
Yeah.
4 penalties now on Riverton for 25 yards.
5:59, 28-7. DeVries in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, the deep back, Hyatt. Man in motion, left to right, Patterson fakes the handoff. DeVries with a keeper. He's met at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a gain of 2.
Hyatt on the carry for 2.
Do you worry at all about DeVries running the football this much, Cody, in terms of injuries?
Well, I do. Anytime a quarterback runs the ball, there's that potential for sure. But seems to be a big part of this Riverton offense.
2 receivers far, single near. Engel in isolation over here. Big size advantage for him if they go there. Fake the handoff. The throw is right side. Scooped up by Dale in the backfield. He's off and running across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play. First down, Riverton.
Get the ball in Blake Dale's hands as much as possible. The kid can make guys miss, and there's another first down. 2 first downs in the ball game for Evanston. Not a bad performance for the Riverton defense.
28-7, 5:06 to play in the first half. First and 10 for the Wolverines from the 41. In the gun, DeVries takes the snap, drops way back, looks left, throws left, and this is a miscommunication here as there was nobody in the zip code there. Patterson turned back at about the 50, and then Engel was headed inside. The ball went to the sideline.
About the first time all day we've seen the Wolverine wires get shorted out on a play. Decent crowd, crowd size limited to 575 total. A few students in the house, no band here.
I believe they'll perform at half.
All right.
Yeah. 2 receivers far, 2 near, and the shotgun snap. DeVries rolling left, throws cross body. This is caught by Patterson. He gets hammered. As soon as he makes the catch, pickup of 3 on the play.
Big hit by Cade Frankham.
Tackled by Frankham.
But again, Riverton getting positive yards.
It'll be 3rd and 7.
4:37 on the Taco John scoreboard. 2 receivers in real tight here on the number and outside the number. Engel and Patterson. In the gun, DeVries. They bring Dale in motion, and they fake to him. DeVries keeps this straight down the middle. He got popped there, Cody. He's all right. Picks up 5 yards on the carry. Brings up 4th and 2.
Tackle there by Derek Johnson.
3:57 ticking down here in the second.
Got to be a big lift to your quarterback's confidence to be able to run the ball as effective as he has in the first half.
And Riverton will bring out the punt team here. So the successful drive from Evanston has perhaps, well, not perhaps, Riverton's going to play the field position game here, Cody. The snap is a good one. Johnson back there with it. High end-over-end punt. And Forkham will wave the fair catch about the 12-yard line. I think it's a good thing he did. That was another good punt from Tanner Johnson. I think Riverton would have had a shot at downing that thing inside the 5.
What a great pursuit by the Riverton special teams on that play.
So the Red Devils will bring out the offense on their own 13 with 3:23 remaining in the first half. Hang around for the Premier Bone & Joint halftime show. We'll take a look at the stat line from the first half and
can have an interview with Troy Anderson.
Scores from the second week of the season here. Another running play for Evanston, and not much there, Cody. About a yard on the play. A little handoff to the wing. That was Elmer on the carry again.
2nd and 9.
(28-7), now under 3 minutes to play. Look at this stack formation they've got here. I mean, they got a wing and 2 tight ends. Here's Moore. Way out to the left side here. He gets ripped down from behind, but he picks up about 6-7 yards on the carry. And he'll be very close depending on the spot here. They're going to give him the first down. So you got 8 on the play anyway. 2:29 still ticking here. A lot of field for Evanston to cover. Riverton just can't give up the big play. 1st and 10 from the 23. Moore under center. Man in motion is Elmer. He goes deep back. Moore's looking to throw. Airs this thing out down the right side of the field. And this is going to be picked off by Dale at the 42-yard line. And that thing just didn't have enough gas on it. Dale just about looked like he was the... Was that Dale or was that Gergen or Dale on the interception? It was Dale, wasn't it?
Blake Dale.
Yeah, it was Dale.
First turnover of this ball game gives Riverton a chance to do something here on
that's
offense.
right. It got called back, didn't it? The pick six there got called back. Single receiver near side, 2 far side. DeVries in the gun. Hyatt the deep back. Takes the snap. Hands off. Hyatt, right side. Big hole. Across the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play. With 2:04 to play, it's 1st and 10 from the Evanston 49-yard line for the Wolverines. (28-7). Clock rolls inside of 2 minutes. Engel, the near side isolation receiver. He's matched up with Jackson Moore. He's 5'9", 140. Engel 6'6", 195. Here's a step and go for DeVries out of the backfield, and he gets tripped up after the first down. Falls forward for a gain of 15 yards on first down. 2 big plays on 2 first downs for the Wolverines, and they've marched well inside of Evanston's territory here. They're actually pretty close to field goal range for Tanner Johnson. .123, second quarter. DeVries looking to throw, fires it over the middle, and it's caught at the 15-yard line, and down to the 13-yard line is Jared Lucas. Jared Lucas, another big target, Cody. I mean, you've got so many kids on this team over 6'4", and Lucas, an athlete, at 6'5", 195.
Yeah, they have no answer for the Riverton's big receivers.
First and 10 from the 14. DeVries sends a man in motion, right to left, handoff, fakes to Hyatt. Little slip screen here, left side, stiff arm from Engel. He's trying to weave through traffic, does so, and gets across the 10-yard line. And there's a great example of Engel's athleticism, Cody, because he was dead to rights caught there back behind the line of scrimmage, and he ends up getting close to 5 on the reception. Second and 7. They need the 4-yard line for a first down with 56 seconds to play in the first half. DeVries in the gun. Brings the man in motion right to left. Fakes to Dale. Keeping it as DeVries across the 5-yard line. Still on his feet. Gets a push from behind. Slides down to the 1-yard line. And a fumble here. And they're going to call it Evanston football. It hit the carpet. And I think DeVries was trying to reach out with it there, Cody, and got it knocked out.
That'll be Riverton's first turnover of the game. But trying to get second and third effort. You like what you see out of the Riverton quarterback.
.38 seconds to play. An update from the Wind River game, Cody. Ernie over with the call in Graybull. It's 13-8 at the end of the third. Graybull with the lead. A tight one up there. So backed up inside their own 3 are the Red Devils under center. Moore. And handoff is going nowhere. Maybe lost a yard on the play. We'll see.
No gain on the play.
Whistles blow and timeout taken. We go with them back after this here on KTAK and streaming on wyotoday.com.
Overhead.
Layman Studios is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Layman Studios offers sports cards, mugs, statuettes, plus several photo package options. Visit us today at 210 West Main in Riverton. Layman Studios, 856-3941.
There's a new face in the Women's Health Department at the Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. Welcome Certified Nurse Midwife, Sam Skelton. Sam earned her doctorate in nursing practice at Frontier Nursing University. She provides full-scope midwifery services and enjoys empowering women to take an active voice in their healthcare decisions. Sam is accepting new patients at both Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care in Riverton. For an appointment in Riverton, call 856-6591. 856-6591.
Who was it?
Welcome back, folks. Eric Pauly, Cody Beers, and Brett Watson down on the sideline here at Evanston football. 28 seconds. And we got a man in motion here, and slipping through is going to be Yeager Mitchell, the 5'9 senior. Picks up about 5, gives him some breathing room anyway. It'll be 3rd and about 4.
Chris Topalm having a first half, 4 on assist and 3 assisted tackles.
And there's the buzzer, Cody, as the first half comes to an end. They didn't try to get a playoff there. And we'll send it down here to Brett Watson. We're going to try and catch Troy Anderson for an interview here and see what Troy has to say here about the first half here. Brett, we'll wait on you to get over there. So
stay right there, Brett.
We're figuring this out here. So
all right,
we'll catch up with Coach Anderson here. All right, Brett, all you.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Hey, Coach, you got to feel great about that half. What do you tell them at halftime, if anything, and I don't know what adjustments you make?
Yeah, I mean, I think the word that I'm going to tell them that I always put on those 5 offensive linemen's grade is sustain. That's the word right there. We just got to keep going. Like, it looks pretty good.
I told them upstairs, your line's gassing them tonight, and great half. Congratulations.
We're going to lean on them. We're going to lean on them.
All right, Brett, we appreciate it.
Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Brett. Cody, we'll take a break here, back with the premier Bone and Joint halftime show right here on KTAK 93.9 FM, streaming live on WyoToday.com.
There's a new face in the Women's Health.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Porter's Mountain View Supply is celebrating 42 years in business, which brings you anniversary savings. From September 10th to the 12th, get 10% off Hearthstone stoves. For years, Vermont craftsmen have been committed to building quality stoves, handcrafting each Hearthstone with the most advanced heating technology. As a stamp of craftsmanship, every Hearthstone soapstone stove is signed by the stove builder. Get the best in home heating comfort at Porter's 42nd anniversary sale, September 10th through the 12th.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Howdy, partners out there in 10 County land. This is Gary Michaud from the WRTA bus line. We are looking forward to reconnecting with all our riders and friends once it is safe for the WRTA to operate. In the meantime, the WRTA would like to graciously thank all those who are keeping our county running, especially the healthcare workers. On behalf of Share a Ride and the WRTA, we can't wait to see all your health faces when Big Blue reopens. So don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelt, and keep all 4 wheels on the road.
Eric Pauly and Cody Beers back here at Riverton High School, and I promised some parents that were unable to attend the band performance because they don't have a senior kid that we would carry this for them. So we're gonna keep the video on here, and then Cody, if we could take a look at some stats here real quick.
Seniors all each leading the Riverton High School band, and Riverton High School band, one of the best First half stats, first offensively, big first half running the ball for the Riverton Wolverines. Trayton Hyatt, 12 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Damon DeVries was outstanding, 9 carries for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns.
They're just imposing themselves.
Brett's talking. And also DeVries, 9 of 11 passing for 102 yards and a touchdown. On the other side, Lucas Engel, 4 receptions for 43 yards. For Evanston, Moore, the quarterback, 2 of 4 passing for 28 yards, a touchdown and an interception. And looks like number 5, Carnes, 39 yards on 5 carries. Frankham also 2 receptions for 28 yards and that touchdown, the lone scorer for Evanston. Defensively for Riverton in this first half, Broden Mathis had 4 tackles, Vincent with 1 tackle, Kai Gergen with a tackle, Chris Topalm with 7 tackles unofficially in that first half, Nathan Hutchison with a pair of tackles, Caden Smith with 2 tackles, Lucas Engel had a tackle in the first half. The guy who moved out of the starting lineup, Gabe Higgins, the senior, 5'6", 260-pound senior, doing a nice job on the inside with a pair of tackles in the first half for the Riverton Wolverines. Caden Gantenbein in on 3 tackles, Brandon Couch with a tackle, and then Blake Dale with that interception late in the first half. It was a dominating performance by the Riverton defense, and it's been a while since we could say that, but Riverton with 2 3-and-outs in that half and a 4-and-out on defense, and those are the kinds of plays where Coach Anderson in his pregame talked about that elephant in the room with that rope around his legs, and they had a pair of scissors for their elephant, a big pair, but they cut it and did a nice job in that first half, Eric.
Now that might be one of my favorite Cody Beerisms.
It's been a long week.
I like that. No, I'm serious. That was one of your best.
He talked about that cutting the rope, and we talked about it. What's it take to cut the rope during the pregame? And he said, you've got to get 3-and-outs on defense. And that sets everything else up. And you got a senior quarterback playing with a ton of confidence, Damon DeVries, who got things going at the 9:04 mark of the first quarter with a 10-yard touchdown run. That was a 4th down run. Johnson comes in, kicks the PAT. That's another asset to have a kicker that's automatic, and he was 4 for 4 on PATs in the first half. Trayton Hyatt comes back with that 8-yard run at the 4:19 mark of the first quarter. Johnson's PAT made it 14-0. Then Damon DeVries rips off that 46-yard run with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Johnson's PAT makes it 21-0. And then DeVries hooks up with Nathan Hutchison at the 9:21 mark of the second quarter, a 5-yard touchdown pass. Evanston would get it going late in the first half on a 28-yard catch by the big man, Cade Frankham, 6'3", 175-pound receiver. And he wouldn't even be the biggest receiver on Riverton's team. But he looks big out there because Evanston's just not very big. And the PAT makes it 28-7 at the half. Nice-looking stats for Riverton. Nice-looking first half. And these face masks, they're bringing us some luck.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But it's credit to the Wolverines for bouncing back after what was eight quarters of pretty rough football between 0 week 1. And they end up leading here at halftime against the Red Devils, which was a tight game last year. It's 28-7 at the halftime currently. And I thought we'd give people a little press box view here of the COVID precautions. We were able to use these plastic face shields in place of your normal masks that we got over here that would muffle the microphones a little bit, but these have their own issues. But we're just lucky and happy that we've got a football season to call, Cody. And I was scared about every day I'd read a report of something happening, and I wasn't sure we were going to get a season, but boy, we got a season. Now we'll take a look at some scores from around the state that's coming up here after a short break. It's the Premier Bone and Joint Halftime Show on KTAK, streaming live on wyotoday.com.
We are building a stronger, safer CWC. Your health is our top priority. If you're coming to the CWC campus, please wear a mask and go online and fill out the daily wellness screening form at healthy.cwc.edu. Wear a mask when you arrive on campus. Find a health screening station in the Health Science Building or the Arts Center Theater. Check your temperature and you're on your way. Again, to fill out the daily wellness form, go to healthy.cwc.edu and we'll see you on campus.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Gales Carpet One is a proud sponsor of this Riverton Wolverines broadcast. Lombardi once said, "The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary." Gales wants to applaud these young athletes on their drive to become the best team possible and show the state of Wyoming what it means to be a Wolverine. Gales Carpet One, floor and home, 220 East Main in Riverton. Go Big Red!
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens. Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288. Porter's Mountain View Supply is celebrating 42 years in business, which brings you anniversary savings. From September 10th to the 12th, get 10% off Hearthstone stoves. For years, Vermont craftsmen have been committed to building quality stoves, handcrafting each Hearthstone with the most advanced heating technology. As a stamp of craftsmanship, every Hearthstone soapstone stove is signed by the stove builder. Get the best in home heating comfort at Porter's 42nd anniversary sale, September 10th through the 12th.
Welcome back, Wolverine Field, and some scores from around the state. Fourth quarter, and these are the heavyweights. Number 1, Sheridan 10. Number 2, Cheyenne Central 7. It's number 3, Thunder Basin 57. Cheyenne South 7 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter play, Kelly Walsh 17. Rock Springs 13. Number 4, Cheyenne East 25. Campbell County 0 in the third quarter. And second quarter score, number 5, Natrona 34, Laramie 0. In Class 3A, a final score, Green River 8, Buffalo 6. Fourth quarter, Cody 21-6 over Worland. The Bronx number 3 in the state. Of course, this halftime score, Riverton 28, Evanston 7. And first quarter, no score yet from Powell. It's number 5, Lander at number 2, Powell. In Class 2A, Lyman 16, Cokeville 0. That one's final. Big Piney 14, Thermopolis 12. That one's final. Fourth quarter score, Upton Sundance 35-0 over Newcastle. Third quarter score, number 4, Wheatland 16, Bighorn 7. And it just seems odd with that matchup, Wheatland and Bighorn. Halftime score, Torrington 18, Glen Rock 0. Of course, Torrington down in Class 2A this year. First quarter score, number 2, Mountain View. No score at number 1, Lovell. That'll be an intriguing score tonight. Second quarter, Pinedale 6, Kimmer 6. Halftime score, Burns 8, Tongue River 7. In 9-man ball, final score tonight, Rocky Mountain 22 and number 4, Shoshone 20. Second quarter, Pine Bluffs 14, Lusk 12. Fourth quarter, Wright 37, Riverside 0. Second quarter score, number 1 Southeast 22, Lingo Fort Laramie 0. Third quarter score, Grable 13, Wind River 8. Of course, Ernie over on 99-1 with that call right now. In 6-man football, final score, Farson Eden 31, Burlington 24. Third quarter score, number 3A Douglas 21, Belfouche, South Dakota 0. Halftime score, Pocatello, Idaho 27, Jackson 7. That's an interesting one as Pocatello running all over Jackson.
Cody, let's check in with, came in a little hot there. Cody, let's check in with Brett Watson down on the sideline again. Brett, what are some keys to the second half for you? You got a up close and personal view there of the first half, but keys to the second half for Mr. Brett Watson here, our sideline reporter.
Well, the keys are pretty simple, Eric. More of what we did in the first half. We came out and we imposed our physicality onto them, and we simplified some blocking. I noticed they were still pulling on a lot of plays, but the players were getting there, and Cody's waving at me.
I was just saying you're awesome.
I can't see you through that. You got pizza all over your face shield. I can't see you. Oh, I see a light now. Anyway, but I think it's more of the same, Eric. You're winning the battle in the trenches, and that's where it all starts. So hopefully have a good half. I think you got to guard a little bit about intensity if we get up a little bigger. So back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Brett. Cody, what do you think, second half?
Well, I'm with Brett. I think you got to play smash mouth football. Do what got you here, and it's something that we definitely have not mastered, but next week you're going to bring a very good rushing team in here in Jackson, so it's going to be up to whoever controls the clock next week. And Riverton, so far so good. I'd like to see more out of some running backs. Let's get the ball maybe in the hands of that sophomore we've been hearing about, Braden Vincent. So we'll see how it goes here, but Trayton Hyatt with a great first half, and Damon DeVries was almost perfect at quarterback, running and passing the ball.
All right, thanks, Cody. 28-7, you're just joining us on the Taco John's scoreboard. That'll conclude the Premier Boney Joint halftime show. You're on KTAK, streaming live on yotoday.com. We invite you, if you're listening on the radio, we appreciate the radio audience. We love our radio audience. And if you'd like to watch a video of it, we invite you to watch the live local feed here at yotoday.com. Return from Frankham. Brings it across the 20 to the 25, and still on his feet out at the 40. Let's see where he stepped out of bounds. Boy, he tiptoed there, Cody. Gets it out to the 39-yard line.
Good return. Broden Mathis on that stop. Great field position for Evanston coming out here to open the third quarter.
1st and 10 from the, what do we got here, 39? 11:54 on the Taco John's scoreboard. And out come the Red Devils. They found some success late there in the second. Let's see if they build on that. Under center is going to be Moore. He keeps this, shakes left, goes right, spins his way across the hash. Still on his feet, the 40 to the 38-yard line. And that's over 20 yards there, I think, Cody, for Moore on the first play of the second half.
Well, it's a case where you've got to tackle assignment football. You've got to tackle that quarterback. If not, he's just going to hold on to the ball and run.
11:44, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line of the Wolverines. Under center, Moore loads it up with Elmer in the backfield and rides the handoff. Finally gives it. He was trying to pull that sucker out of there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he was trying to pull it away from Mitchell. And it's a good thing Mitchell held on to it, frankly. Would have been a big turnover potential there for the Red Devils. 2nd and 12 after a loss of 2 on the play. Single receiver to each side, double wing here for the Red Devils. Under center is Moore. They load it up, dropping back, looking to pass, and then steps through. Spins out, ball's on the carpet. I think he fell back on it. Nope, pops out again, and the Wolverines recover. Big defensive play there for Riverton. And it looked like Moore had fallen on the football, but he never retained it. And it'll be Riverton football.
Caden Gentbein going to come up with that recovery, but it was a great hit from behind as Mitchell trying to create space and just couldn't get his hands on the football. First down, Wolverines.
1st and 10 from the 45. 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Riverton leads at 28-7 on the Taco John scoreboard. Man in motion, left to right. They fake it to Patterson. DeVries keeps it himself straight down the middle. And big hole off of center. Right side, gain of 8 on the play. 10:48 on the Taco John scoreboard. Hang around for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Do our interview with Troy Anderson, a stat recap, and a look at next week. Also our Papa Murphy's player of the game. To the left, to the right, man in motion, right to left. They give, and this is Dale on the move with it. Brings it around the 45 and then out of bounds, close to the 40-yard line. Not a whole lot of room there, but he got enough for the first down.
I'd like to see Riverton run its offense from sideline to sideline, Eric. That'll wear out a defense real quick with a speedy Dale on the ball.
1st and 10, 40-yard line, right on the dot. Ball spotted on the left hash. Wolverines moving right to left on your radio dial. 2 receivers near side and 2 far side, 1 inside the hash, 1 outside. They bring him in motion, right to left. They fake the handoff to Vrees with a keeper right down the middle across the 30. He could go to the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown Wolverines. Great misdirection and good blocking downfield for the Riverton Wolverines offensive line, and DeVries makes them pay.
40-yard run for Damon DeVries, his 3rd touchdown run of the game, Eric.
34-7 now on the Taco John scoreboard. Check out the smoke ring there, Cody.
Nice. Look at that. That is awesome right there.
Doc Holliday. Here's the kick. The kick is up and in. And Tanner Johnson perfect on the day on the PAT. 35-7 on the Taco John scoreboard. We take a break. Back after this, you're listening to Wolverines football on KTAK and streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. Almost 40,000 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes in 2017. 2017 alone, seatbelts saved an estimated 15,000 people. Would you and your friends be in the surviving statistic? Not buckled up? Not cool. The law requires that all drivers and their passengers wear safety belts while vehicles are moving. Every trip, every time. Buckle up. Brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
Look at this formation, Cody. Tanner Johnson squib kicking it. And it will bounce inside the 10. Frankham going back for it. He picks it up at his own 1-yard line. Runs it across the field. He could break here. And he'll be swallowed up at about the 3-yard line. And boy, what a kick from Tanner Johnson. You know, credit to the Wolverines for getting downfield there. But that all starts with the foot of Tanner Johnson.
Evanston takes over at the 4-yard line.
First and 10. For the Red Devils. 10:05 in the third quarter. Riverton leading this one 35-7. Moore gets under center in that double tight, double wing, and just slipping through On the left side, off guard there is Jaeger Mitchell. Pickup of 7 or 8 on the play.
Ball goes off the 11-yard line.
Caden Gentenbein on that stop.
It's a final from Wind River. It's 14-13. Final score, Wind River wins.
Hey, congratulations to the Cougars tonight.
Brett Watson down on the sideline says that one would have rolled in. He just picked it up on the 1-yard line back on the kickoff. And close to first down yardage here, Cody. Mitchell again on the carry. Just sticking to that left side.
Beeman and Copeland.
9:22.
On the tackle.
The snap and carry is a pitch, right side, and just buried at the 25-yard line. And who was the man on the hit there?
That'd be Gergen.
Gergen.
Ludwig on the carry.
Well, that hit will be felt tomorrow. That was a big-time hit.
Boy, good to see the physicality. Coach called it personnelling all week, and finding your guys that want to be on the field. It's just good stuff.
And the second down snap is going to be a shuttle pass, left side. Ball's on the carpet. They call it incomplete. That was, I'm just going to guess, not designed that way, Cody.
No, he kind of turned around and just let it go.
That's going to bring up
tried to shovel it forward. I believe it is going to be an incomplete pass.
Timeout taken on the field for an injury. We'll keep it right here for now. That's Moore down on the field once again. He will limp off. That'll put Mitchell back at quarterback again. Cody, we get homecoming week next week.
Jackson Bronx coming to town. They've taken it on the chin tonight against Pocatello, Idaho.
3rd and 3 for the Red Devils. And Mitchell will be the quarterback with Moore having to take a break for an injury. They'll load him up here, and Mitchell keeps this right side, and he's going to be well short. Riverton was all over that. They were expecting the run. It brings up 4th down, and Evanston will have to punt.
Boy, some of these young guys really stepping up of this freshman class from last year. Sophomores now. What a great hit by Nathan Hutchison.
It's 4th and about, what, a yard and a half over there maybe?
Learning to play together, and that's something that Riverton hasn't focused on defense in a few years, and I like it. I like it.
Mitchell back to punt. Snap is a good one, and he will put a foot to it. It's a short punt. This thing hits. It's a Peter call right at the 45-yard line and then rolls to the Riverton 44, 43-yard line. So Riverton will have excellent field position.
Great stop by the Riverton defense, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Riverton takes over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 43.5-yard line. Clock just ticked past 8:27 here, Cody. We're moving along pretty good. Man, what does it seem like? The last 2 years we always had the latest game in 3A, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what happens when you throw the ball 50 times.
2 receivers near, now 3 near after the motion. Handoff is to the deep back Hyatt, and he goes off guard left side for a gain of 6 on first down. I'll make that 5 on first down.
The 48-yard line.
7:05, third quarter. 35-7 lead for Riverton on the Taco John scoreboard.
Parker on the tackle.
Caleb Smith leading that charge that time for the Riverton offensive line.
2 receivers near, 2 far. In the deep gun, DeVries. Takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, throws left. This is caught at the 50-yard line, but not much there. And the reception made by Hutchinson, gain of 2 on forward progression.
He's tackled at the 50-yard line.
Well, it's good to get your speedy guys out in space on offense.
3rd and long 3.
Third and about 4 here for Riverton. DeVries in the deep gun, to the left, to the right. Bring Hutchinson in motion, and they give to him. Hutchinson breaks the corner, cuts up at the 50, across the 45 to the 40. Flags will fly, and he is down at about the 39-yard line. But it looks like this one's coming back.
He's tackled by Case. There's a penalty on the play. Holding the call against Riverton.
5:58 on the Taco John's scoreboard. 3rd quarter, 35-7.
5 penalties now on the Wolverines for 35 yards.
That'll back him up to the original line of scrimmage, give or take a football length. Engel in isolation here on the near side. And a timeout taken by Riverton. Troy saw something he didn't like there. We'll be back after a short break. This is Wolverines football on KTAK.
Almost 40,000 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes in 2017. 47% of those were not wearing seatbelts. In 2017 alone, seatbelts saved an estimated 15,000 people. Would you and your friends be in the surviving statistic? Not buckled up? Not cool. The law requires that all drivers and their passengers wear safety belts while vehicles are moving. Every trip, every time. Buckle up. Brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming.
In sponsorship. Also
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers, Brett Watson down on the sideline.
Also selling a wide variety of soft drinks
and the Wolverines are enjoying a 35-7 lead right now. Wolverines in the deep gun, to the right side, and Tripp's right side. Single near side is Engel, and they're going to look left to Engel. They air it out. He's way downfield. He was overthrown by about 5 yards, and it's pretty high. But I mean, I realize they've got the running game established here, Cody, and that's the goal. And they've also got just a plethora of talented receivers. But wouldn't you like to see him take a shot a quarter down the field to Lucas Engel and just, send him deep and just see if he comes down with that thing?
Well, you need to show that on tape, if nothing else, for next week's opponent.
I'm not questioning play calling, anything like that. It's just I'd like to see what he can do on a deep ball.
Well, we all know he can catch it. Kid's a racehorse.
4th down, back to punt this thing as Johnson. Forncombe to get it at his own 15. Low snap. Johnson has to hurry it. And it will bounce out at about the 26-yard line of the Evanston Red Devils.
Johnson's punt is out of bounds near the 25-yard
We'll be
line.
streaming the Riverton Homecoming Parade this coming week, as well as the coronation earlier in the week. You can catch all of that on wyotoday.com, as well as the Facebook page, facebook.com/wyotoday.news. First and 10 on the 27. Now Mitchell back under center. He hands off, and off to the races here goes the big man across the 50 down to the 45-yard line. And with wheels is Peyton Vernon.
On the carry.
That's the first time we've seen him break free.
Tanner Johnson over there to make the tackle. First and 10, Evanston.
20 yards on the carry there, Cody?
Yeah, about a 20-yard run, right?
26 on the carry. First and 10 from the Riverton 42. And man in motion, they give off again right down the middle. Short gain on the play this time. They go to Vernon again.
Vernon on the carry for a short gain.
About 3 yards or so.
As well as Braden
2.5 on the play.
Tackle. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Chris Topalm on that tackle along with Braden Vincent.
Man in motion left to right. They fake the handoff. They shove it out here to the near side and just getting buried in the backfield. That's Bergen again, or I'm sorry, Gergen again with a big hit. The catch made there by Stetson Weidrich.
Boy, great move there by Kai Gergen, getting himself in the backfield, and that's just pure assignment football. And he's having a night. Of course, the Gergen name synonymous with Lander Sports, but Kai playing over here for the Wolverines.
So he's in the early running for defensive player of the game. That's certainly, and what's cool is just seeing him getting excited about making a play. Brings a little excitement and a little fire. Here's a pass left side, and it is incomplete. Weidrich, the intended receiver, once again, and he had him. He was open.
Brings up 4th down.
Tried to catch it while he was turning around there, I think.
Boy, and you go for it on 3rd down, and now it's going to be 4th and long.
3:51 to play in the 3rd quarter. 35-7 lead for the Wolverines on the Taco John's scoreboard. Single receivers split out to each side here, but again, their punter is the quarterback, so you got to wonder if they'll eventually try something. They don't. And it's a high end-over-ender punt, bounces at the, oh wow, what a roll. What a roll. That's going to go inside the 3-yard line. And that thing looked like it was going to go out of bounds at about the 30.
Mitchell's punt is down near the 2-yard line.
That was a good punt.
44-yard punt. Rolls dead at the 2-yard line, so thank God you got a big line, right?
That's right.
Now they're going to come out and play a little smash mouth.
So that pins him inside the 3-yard line.
Damon DeVries in this game, Eric, 10-yard touchdown, 46-yard touchdown, 40-yard touchdown, and a 5-yard touchdown pass.
DeVries in the gun. 2 receivers split out each side, man in motion right to left. Fakes the handoff. DeVries on the keeper. They were ready for that one. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Short gain inside. Mitchell on the tackle.
Jagger Mitchell in this game, 8 tackles now for Evanston. Riverton comes out in the gun, puts our quarterback in their own end zone, and yeah, you can do that when you're up 35-7.
2nd and long for the Wolverines. Engel and Patterson near side. Dale out there on the far side of the field. DeVries takes the shotgun snap, hands off. Hyatt down the middle. And a safe play call there, and a good one. Picks up about 4 yards, brings up 3rd and reasonable now. About 5 yards to go for the Wolverines.
Knight and Weidrich on the tackle.
2:43 rolling. 3rd quarter, 35-7 on the Taco John scoreboard. Somebody asked us what the yellow line is on the scoreboard. That is
nice.
That is the field goal post.
Yeah, it's where they build it. That's awesome.
DeVries in the gun, takes the snap, rolls, looking to throw out of his own end zone, fires it across the middle, tipped off, almost caught on the tip. Looking for Dale there, and boy, the tip made my heart skip a beat there, Beers. Could have been intercepted, but now the Wolverines will have to punt out of their own end zone. This is all back to that excellent punt there by Mitchell.
Tanner Johnson deep in his own end zone.
Kane will do the snap. Riverton's going to jump off sides. Uh-oh. The right guard just kind of leaned forward a little bit there like he was anticipating the snap.
6 penalties now for 40 yards on Riverton. Only 1 penalty on Evanston for 15 yards.
(35-7), 2:09 to play in this one. Johnson's just about at the end line here, Cody. Danger zone. There's the snap. He's going to run with this thing. And he's going to skip outside the 7-yard line. Was that by design?
No, I don't think so. I think he saw a lot of white jerseys coming at him, and
at about the 7-yard line.
I don't think you.
Evanston will take over right
I guess
there.
that'll be something to ask Troy Anderson in the post game, but you know.
Brett, put that one in your notebook down there. We're going to ask about that one. 2:03 in the third quarter, 35-7. And first and goal all of a sudden here for the Red Devils. Mitchell brings him under center. Hard counts and then snaps and keeps it across the 5-yard line down to the 4-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Second and goal, Red Devils.
Mathis and company on the tackle.
146, 140 and rolling now. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Riverton leads at 35-7. Mitchell under center. He's going to keep left side. Same play, different side. Slides down to the 1-yard line across the goal line. Touchdown, Evanston.
Into the end zone.
So the buck 26 to play. It's 35-13, and the Red Devils will line it up here for the PAT attempt. And again, they got excellent field position off of a punt from the Riverton end zone. And Tanner, either by design or out of duress, got pushed out of there, and he ran with it and gave them the football inside the 10-yard line. Here's the kick, and Riverton just about got there on that one. The whistle blows. The PAT is good. 35-14. We take a timeout. You're listening to Wolverines football and streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Howdy, partners out there in 10 County land. This is Gary Michaud from the WRTA bus line. We are looking forward to reconnecting with all our riders and friends once it is safe for the WRTA to operate. In the meantime, the WRTA would like to graciously thank all those who are keeping our county running, especially the healthcare workers. On behalf of Share a Ride and the WRTA, we can't wait to see all your healthy faces when Big Blue reopens. So don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelt, and keep all 4 wheels on the road.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers back, and it's a 35-14 ball game with 1:26 to play in the third quarter. Let's send it down to Brett Watson here. Brett with us down there. He was right at the near side end zone here. Brett, what did you see on that punt? Was that a fake or was he under duress there?
Eric, we're all kind of scratching our head down here. It looked like he got the snap and just took off, but I don't know if he's seen white jerseys coming at him. Like I said, good snap. We're all kind of baffled too, but it definitely looked like he just caught it and run.
All right,
back
thanks,
to you
Brett.
guys.
That's what we saw up here. We'll ask Coach Anderson about that one.
Bryce Nimmo covers the little pooch kick. And so it'll be Riverton ball at their 29-yard line.
35-14, 1-2-3 left on the Taco John's scoreboard.
4, 5, 6.
You just couldn't. Was that like holding in a sneeze? Did you just have to?
Oh, I saw that yellow line through the scoreboard there.
Engel in between the numbers and the hash here on the near side. Man in motion from right to left. Here's the handoff from DeVries. Goes to the deep back Hyatt, and he'll get a couple on the play. Actually, a lot of misdirection on that formation and play, but the Red Devils ready for it. I wouldn't be surprised to see them
in on the stop.
Run a little reverse out of that exact same lineup and bring Engel back across the field, or I guess Dale might be your man to do that. DeVries in the gun. 53 seconds to play at third quarter, 2nd and 7. Takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it left side to Engel. He catches it at the 41-yard line. Enough for the first down, a gain of 8 or 9 yards on the play.
Mitchell there for the tackle.
Tell you, a big receiver in space, Eric.
That'll be a first
and
and 10, Riverton.
Lucas Engel, what a weapon he is for this Wolverine team. Jackson going to have a lot of things to look at on film. And, you know, for a change, some good balance by this Riverton offense.
Run heavy. Too near, too far. Ball spotted on the left hash. Moving right to left here on your radio dial. Under center, DeVries. Hands off to Hyatt. And Hyatt just sneaks through there. He hits the line really fast. Hits the hole really fast. And he'll pick up 4 yards on the first down carry. 2nd and 6 for your Wolverines with 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. They'll probably let this run out.
I think it's 2nd and 6.
It looks like they'll do that. So third quarter comes to an end. They'll flop sides of the field, and we'll take a timeout. A word from our sponsors here on KTAK and WyoToday.com.
Almost 40,000 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes in 2017. 47% of those were not wearing seatbelts. In 2017 alone, seatbelts saved an estimated 15,000 people. Would you and your friends be in the surviving statistic? Not buckled up? Not cool. The law requires that all drivers and their passengers wear safety belts while vehicles are moving. Every trip, every time. Buckle up. Brought to you by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming.
Long have our ancestors debated taco or quesadilla. Now, Taco John's has finally found the answer. Both. Introducing the Chicken Quesadilla Taco. A taco made with a cheesy quesadilla shell filled with grilled all-white meat chicken and chipotle sauce. And now you can get 2 of them for just $5. History and tacos made. Taco John's. Crunching. Bigger, bolder, better.
Eric Bally, Cody Beers, back at Wolverines Field, Riverton High School on a nice, what is left of summer night, Cody, and a quick look here at the stat rundown.
257 yards rushing on the ground for the Wolverines, 369 total yards, and boy, those are big stats right there.
2 receivers to each side. Under center, DeVries fakes the handoff, drops back looking to throw, and he's going to be pressured out of the pocket. On the move with it across the 45 to the 50 and back across to the 44-yard line. Good for the first down and a gain of 10 yards on the scramble. Those guys got through fast enough. They may have been setting up some kind of center screen there or something, Cody, but he got pushed out quick.
Deceptive speed for the Riverton quarterback.
Good acceleration.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 44, 43.
You and I never had to worry about.
35-14. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. DeVries under center. Blitz coming. He takes the snap, hands off to Hyatt, and he's going to get stacked up. And they ran right into a blitz there.
Hyatt caught in the backfield.
11:42 in the fourth quarter, 35-14. And I'll give credit to the Red Devils, Cody. They did make some second half adjustments defensively.
2nd and 11.
Good hit there by the Evanston defensive lineman.
In the gun, DeVries fakes the handoff to Dale. He'll keep it himself. Calls his own number right down the middle. He could go again. 30 to the 25. Stiff arm down to the 20-yard line. And boy, he's making a great read there, Cody. Gain of close to 25 on the carry. Right down the middle.
Van Gieser.
24-yard run for Damon DeVries.
Also Cooper, Morrow.
Well, DeVries won our Player of the Game award last week, so despite the numbers here, he's making a heck of a case for him to go back-to-back here.
No doubt about it.
our Player of the Game award sponsored by Papa Murphy's this year. And a big thank you to Rick and the gang for giving a free large pizza to the kids this year.
Gave away a lot of pizzas last year during basketball season.
That's right. 2 receivers near side, single far. DeVries in the gun. Sends a man in motion left to right. Fakes it, throws it over the middle. It's popped up, it hits off the chest plate. And it is, let's see. Is it caught? Let's say he caught it. Lucas.
And caught by
Engel went up and he just there's the aggressiveness we were kind of looking for, right? It got hit in the chest there. That thing popped 25, 30 feet in the air, and it was like a rebound for him. That's the third weird play we've seen, Cody.
It's awesome.
We saw the tipped ball on the first play. The same thing there down by the end zone, and now once again. First and goal, 35-14. DeVries starts him under center, brings him in motion left to right, and gives it off to Hyatt, the deep back, and he picks up a couple. Second and goal.
Hyatt takes it down to the 3-yard line. Vernon on the tackle.
Clock continues to roll, 35-14 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Two receivers wide side of the field, one inside the hash, one on the numbers near side. DeVries under center. Man in motion from right to left is Dale. And a little bobbled play here. DeVries kind of didn't have anywhere to go there after the snap.
He's brought down in the backfield.
Or did that go to Dale on the handoff?
It did go to Dale.
Oh, wow. They fooled me.
Tackle. Third and goal.
Lost about a yard on the play, regardless. 35-14, 9:30 to go. DeVries has him in the gun. Takes a snap, handoff, Hyatt through the guard to center, over the goal line, touchdown Wolverines. Boy, I thought his knee might have been down before he went over that line, but they give it to him. The Wolverines strike pay dirt once again, 41-14. With 9:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the cannon roars again.
No smoke ring that time. Just a lot of smoke. Something we're used to in the Riverton area over the past month.
Kane will do the snap. DeVries the hold. Johnson the kick. The snap, the hold, and the foot to it is good. 42-14, Wolverines with the lead. We take a timeout. You're listening to Wolverines football and streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Long have our ancestors debated taco or quesadilla. Now, Taco John's has finally found the answer. Both. Introducing the Chicken Quesadilla Taco. A taco made with a cheesy quesadilla shell filled with grilled all-white meat chicken and chipotle sauce. And now you can get 2 of them for just $5. History and tacos made. Taco John's. Crunching. Bigger, bolder, better.
74.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers back here at Riverton High School. For those of you listening on either online on KTAK or listening to the radio signal on 93.9, we invite you to join the video live stream. We're excited about the product. I'm a radio purist, Cody. I enjoy painting the pictures, but if you can watch a football game, watch a football game.
Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Or 1,000,000.
That's right.
Trayton Hyatt now 19 carries, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As he's having himself a big night. Struggled last week, gained 4 yards on 15 carries.
42-14 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this video broadcast possible. And folks, if you see the names down there on the bottom of the screen, you're watching the commercials, we invite you to please support these local businesses that are making this coverage possible to bring you during a time in which businesses are struggling here. Of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic, and these guys stepped to the plate, supported youth athletics. They're supporting your youth. here in Fremont County, and not just Riverton. This includes Wind River's Game of the Week, Shoshone Game of the Week. We might even sneak in a 6-man or a game or two this year as well. And when we get to basketball season, it's every game for the Chiefs, for the Cougars, for Riverton. We're going to throw in St. Stephen's, Thermopolis games, you name it. So a big thank you to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. And just remember, folks, shop at home, shop local, because those online stores aren't going to sponsor your kid's football team like this. Handoff for the Red Devils. About 1.5 yards, 2 yards on the first down carry. 8:58 remaining in the ball game. Riverton is sniffing out their first win of the season, Cody, and it came at the right time. Good first win for Troy Anderson, and a good reward for these kids sticking out a couple of tough weeks against Powell and Cody.
Well, they've been working hard in practice. Starters been coming out early all week, going through things, and it's starting to pay off, all that hard work.
Low snap handled well by Mitchell. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. And taking it across the 42-yard line is, let's see, was that 30, 35? Morrow. Cooper Morrow, his first touch of the ball game.
The 41-yard line. First and 10, Evanston.
8:18 on the Taco John scoreboard. First and 10, Red Devils. Under center is Mitchell. They'll bring a man in motion and give off to the fullback. And pulling people forward there for a couple is going to be Vernon, the big man, 210. 210-pound fullback. That's that'd be a big fullback at 4A ball.
Second down, 6.
Second and 6. Red Devils moving right to left. And a throw over the middle is incomplete.
Mitchell's pass incomplete.
Threw into a crowd of Riverton defenders.
Third down.
That'll stop the clock. 7:31, 42-14.
You know, it's a night when Riverton alums come out. Wolverine defenders, Kyle Yellowbear, one of the big defensive tackles out there, and you know he wishes he was out here tonight.
Third down.
Vernon has it inside near the first down.
It should be close here. I think he's got it. Vernon with the carry. And he's got it. First down, Red Devils.
Gettenbein in to make the tackle. It will be enough for a first down, Evanston.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line of Riverton. Clock still dripping away here. 7:19 remaining. 42-14 Wolverines. Red Devils with the football under center is Mitchell. A double wing set. He rolls back looking to throw. And he's going to get sacked back at the 40-yard line. And guess who, Cody?
Topom.
Good on you, kid. Boy, he was a menace last year. And Topam just never gave up on the play there, and just shows his athleticism.
Topom tonight in on 10 tackles for the Wolverines.
6:43, 42-14. Eric Pauley, Cody Beers back here at Wolverines Field, Riverton High School, and the Wolverines looking at their first W of the 2020 season. Second and a mile for the Red Devils. Too near, too far. In the gun, Mitchell. Vernon back there to block for him. He rolls way back, center screen, knocked down. Excellent job there from the Wolverines defender, and I think that was, I think it was Nathan Mills that knocked it down, wasn't it? 71?
It's third down.
What's Gantenbein?
54.
54? Okay. 6:21 to play. An incomplete pass stops the clock.
Well, it's fun when you can tee off on other offenses late in games like this.
Still third and very long. About 21 yards here for him. Mitchell rolling right, looking to throw, being chased, airs this out over the middle, and it is incomplete. And
Mitchell's
his
pass incomplete.
pass was behind the receiver, and no Wolverines really close enough to make a threat at it.
Well, 4th and forever for the Evanston team.
Is it me, or do you something smell like burning kerosene? Do you smell that? It's like somebody's running a heater back behind us somewhere.
It could be a barbecue. I'm kind of hungry.
6-16, 42-14 on the Taco John's scoreboard. Mitchell back there to punt again. And a timeout taken. We go with them. Short break here, back after this on KTAK, WyoToday.com.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers, Brett Watson down on the sideline. And it is 4th in a punting situation here for the Red Devils, down 42-14. Back deep to receive for the Wolverines is Gergen. The snap, and Riverton not coming after it. They'll set up a return here. It's a very high punt. And Gergen touches it, kicks it. And it gets down to about the 20-yard line, picked up by the Red Devils down at the 10-yard line. 6:05 in the fourth quarter, and the Red Devils recover.
Will recover the fumble.
The ball had hit at about the 35, 40-yard line, and then Gergen reached out and kind of slapped it, trying to pick it out of the air. And
Frank him with that recovery.
Red Devils will get excellent field position here with 6:05 to play in the fourth.
Evanston will take over at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal.
42-14.
That's a teachable moment for the Riverton receiving team there.
Oh, you said it. Under center, Mitchell. But they go to the big guy in the back here, Vernon. They hand to him, and Vernon carries the pile. He'll pick up a couple. They were ready for
Vernon
that, though.
Meets Topom. Short game. 2nd and goal.
Clock rolls inside of 5:50. Red Devils knocking on the door. Second and goal from the 8-yard line. And Mitchell keeps this one. He follows behind Vernon, and he delayed just a little bit too much there. Had a good opportunity to follow him and kind of stutter stepped there. So essentially no gain on the play. We got an injured player down on the field. And looks like one of the linemen able to get off the field on their own power. So a quick injury timeout here. 42-14. And talked about it a little bit earlier. We'll be doing the homecoming parade live stream for you here on WYO Today. As again, it's a socially distanced event. We've also got coronation for you next week. We'll get some information out about that. And then, you know, I suppose I should talk a little bit about late October, Cody. There's a chance that you and Mr. Watson will be calling a game without me this year.
Well, congratulations, you and to the fabulous Keith Quinton. Expecting child number 1, future state discus champion here at Riverton High School.
Gonna be a dad. Gonna be a girl dad, and the due date is Halloween. Very excited, and if the time comes, folks, I will not be here. So Cody and maybe we'll have Ernie pinch hit that week, and you guys can still have a 3-man booth or something like that. But if and when that time comes, I'll be watching and listening somewhere. .520, 42-14. And the Red Devils knocking on the door. 3rd and goal from the 7. Mitchell lines him up, gets under center. Man in motion left to right. He rolls right, and he's going to duck back inside to the 3-yard line. On a designed keeper. About 4 yards on the play, brings up 4th and goal.
Ball is on the 3-yard line. 4th and goal.
Boy, it didn't look good for Evanston as that big lineman leaving the field. Potential shoulder injury.
Late in the game, too. 42-14. And a timeout taken on the field. We go with them back after this here on KTAK, streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Welcome back. 4th and goal. After the timeout, Mitchell in the pistol. Takes the snap, drops back, throws right, looking for Forcombe. Bobbled, it is incomplete. Wolverines hold. Well-designed play, frankly. Couldn't execute, and the Wolverines take over with 4:39 to play in the 4th quarter.
Boy, Riverton defense, and you get really, really excited when you see a defense step up and have a, inside the 5, you stop that offense. And that'll get you psyched up for the following week right there.
Cody, we got a timeout taken again. We'll keep it right here. Something that we haven't talked about, Cody, and everybody else has kind of, whether social media or whatever it is, was the day that we're playing this football game. It was 9/11. And, we talked about this last year, actually, I think. And 9/11 is playing a freshman football game against Roosevelt, Utah. And you see a lot of social media posts today about where were you? And it was a guitar class for me in the morning. We saw the second plane hit, and then we had a freshman football game, and it was just it was like we weren't there. It was a weird day.
I was riding my bike to work, and Eric, as I came down the hill, people started honking their horns, and I came into the office, and people were clustered around a television set. And that's when we saw the first plane and the fire. I got a tip from a local guy here that Lee Martinez and Pam Martinez were visiting family in New York City.
Oh, is that right?
And I was able to do a story from the roof of that apartment building as he watched the tower go down.
Well, fumble in the end zone for Riverton and able to get back on his feet and carry it out. Is that Hutchinson in the game? Hutchinson in the game at quarterback. So he handles the snap and gets it out to about the 6-yard line. I'm sure his heart's beating fast after that. That could have been a rough start to the
new quarterback in the game for Riverton. Nathan Hutchison. He is the future.
Yep. 42-14, 2 to the left and 2 to the right here for him. Wolverines picking up their first win of the 2020 season. Hutchinson rolling left and throwing. Pass is caught. And running down the sideline. If that was Ethan Patterson or...
Hutchinson's pass is complete to Bryce Nimmo.
Nimmo on the reception. That's his first.
He's marked out of bounds across the 20-yard line. First and 10, Riverton.
Boy, that's a beautifully thrown ball by Hutch. Threw a lot of those baseballs across the diamond from third base this summer for the Riverton Raiders.
Wolverines with some twos in the game. Offensive line has stayed in. First and 10 from the 22. Hutchinson keeping this himself. He'll run with it. Across the 25, the 30. 35 flags will fly to the 40 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. If it stands, it's a gain of about 25 on the play, but it's coming back.
That penalty's only going to move him back 10 yards, but it's going to cost Riverton about a 40-yard run by Nathan Hutchison.
They'll back him up once again. 3:37 to play in the ball game, 42-14. We'll invite you to hang around for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. We'll announce our Papa Murphy's player of the game, as well as a look at the stat line in this one, a little bit of a scoring recap, and a look at next week.
Get Brett Watson down. We'll get our first sideline interview of the year with Troy Anderson. And Brett, you got to keep him there for a few minutes. You just can't ask one question and let him run.
Wolverines football, first and 10, backed way up here. Fumble, ball's on the carpet, and it is still live. Finally fallen on by one of the Wolverine linemen at about the 7-yard line.
Fumble is recovered by Soul. Riverton will retain possession.
A couple of scares for Riverton here, and kind of what we call the learning period of the football game in a blowout like this.
Skylar Soul with the recovery.
.248 rolling, 42-14. They spread them out, two on each side for the receiving corps. Hutchinson in the gun. Takes the snap, hands off, and off and moving here across the 20, 25-yard line. Stiff arm out across the 32 is Hyatt. Gain of 20 on the play.
Across the 30.
23 on the play.
Boy, and that'll
on the tackle.
send Hyatt up around 120 yards on the night.
Big blocks in there, get by.
Clock continues to roll. 2:12 rolling. 42-14
Along
on
with
the
Caden Smith.
Taco John scoreboard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Hutchinson takes the shotgun snap, hands off. Hyatt hesitates and finds the first down and about 5 more. Gets it across the 35-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play.
Marked out at the 35-yard line. First and 10, Riverton.
First and 10 from the 35-yard line. About 90 seconds left to play in this one. Too near, too far. Hutchinson in the gun. Not in a hurry here. Takes the snap. Handoff is Hyatt. Picks up 6 or 7.
Hyatt has it up to about the 47-yard line.
And we'll roll inside a 60 seconds to play here before the next play.
On the tackle for Evanston. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Jackson Bronx coming in next Friday night, homecoming. And Jackson, well, they're number 1 in Class 3A. Taking it on the chin at the half tonight against Pocatello, Idaho.
42 seconds to play. Shotgun snap. Hutchinson, a little stutter fake there. Turned to the wrong side, and Hyatt continues to bulldoze.
Over the 50-yard line.
Gets it across the 50 to the 47.
Green makes the tackle.
Good for another Riverton first down, and that'll stop the clocks momentarily. Oh, never mind. Down inside of 30 seconds now. 42-14. Hang around. Click It or Ticket post-game shows coming up. Papa Murphy's player of the game. Interview with Coach Troy Anderson afterwards, and we'll take a look at the scoring recap, stat lines, all that and more. Looks like we might not even have to run a play here, Cody. I think that's it. Wolverines win at home, 42-14 against the Evanston Red Devils in the season home opener of 2020. We'll take ourselves a 2 or 3 minute timeout, and Brett will catch up with Troy after he talks to his boys, okay? And we'll be back here just a bit. Something I want to mention here, Cody, is something that we're going to see happening. There will be no shaking of hands after the game due to COVID-19 precautions. So you see the guys kind of giving the helmet to the opposing team. And we'll take a short break here. Back after this. You're listening to Wolverines football, streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Drive now, text later.
Create your own sunshine.
Buckle up, tough guy. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Seatbelts keep you hanging in there.
Don't leave your life on the road.
Don't regret the past, just learn from it.
Superheroes, buckle up.
It's better to buckle up than sorry. You are enough.
Don't leave your life on the road.
This is Cody Beers with YDOT. Wherever you are, wherever you're going, buckle up. Take care of each other on our highways, on the Wind River Reservation, and everywhere else.
Long have our ancestors debated taco or quesadilla. Now, Taco John's has finally found the answer. Both. Introducing the Chicken Quesadilla Taco. A taco made with a cheesy quesadilla shell filled with grilled all-white meat chicken and chipotle sauce. And now you can get 2 of them for just $5. History and tacos made. Taco John's. Crunching. Bigger, bolder, better.
What's it like to kill someone?
Emptiness.
Painful. It doesn't seem real.
There was no intent. It was never supposed to happen.
You don't go out to kill someone.
I keep seeing her head coming through the windshield.
I'm so very sorry.
There's nothing I can do to make it better.
Please, don't drink and drive.
It doesn't change the fact that I'm a killer.
This is Cody Beers with YDOT. A killer is a killer. Never, ever drink and drive.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back, folks. The Click It or Ticket post-game show, and we're going to check in here with Brett Watson, sideline reporter. He's visiting down with head coach Troy Anderson after his first win as a head coach. Brett, take it away.
Thank you, Eric. First of all, congratulations, Coach Anderson, your first win. A lot of positive. What did you think of the overall game?
I thought we played. I mean, I've been talking to these guys. It sound like a broken record about physicality for the last 2 weeks, and I think we showed that that first series that came out, and we just kind of kept it going. We had some ups and downs in a couple spots, but overall, like, we displayed physicality across the board, on both sides of the ball. Special teams, I felt really, really good about this as a whole team effort.
Well, that kind of leads us into the box wants to know what you thought of the bigs play tonight, and you guys made some changes this week, and it looks like at halftime I said you guys were just out physical.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you guys were up in Cody last weekend, and you saw that, and you looked at today what we did, and I mean, we're going to continue to work. I just told them, and stay here for a couple of days, but we got to go back to work. We got another opponent coming in here that wants a piece of our turf, and we got to work harder to get there. So I'm happy with where we got to today, and I want to go back to work on Monday and get better for when Jackson comes to town.
Well, before I forget, the 64-cent question is, was that a fake punt there in the third quarter?
I don't think it was. I'd have to ask Henry about that. I'm pretty sure that is a negatory, though.
He came down to the field, and for a minute it looked like a good snap, but he took off running. So,
yeah.
So speaking of your next opponent, number one team in 3A, I think they kind of got their butt whipped in Pocatello tonight, but that's, I'm sure, a big school. So how do you get the kids motivated this week for that challenge?
I mean, we got a mix of what we did here tonight, right? We got to be on the positive, but we know they're a viable opponent. They were here last fall. We've got tape on them. We know who some of their good players are. I'm sure they've got some replacements. But we got to respect them, but I could go out and take the physicality to the next level. I think we got a little bit there. I mean, that little snippet of Trey, he still looks pretty hungry out there. He probably had another quarter in him. So we got to get our bigs to keep working and body on body, and then let's see what we can do next week.
Well, tonight DeVries just was unconscious, and from the beginning he looked much more confident in himself. And is the offense kind of designed to run him a lot?
Yeah, and we got the one set that it's his ball to carry. If he wants to give it, he gets a decision. I thought, again, tonight he made another big leap in his pre-snap decision making. And so he gets better every week, and that's really all you can ask out of quarterback.
And I think most of all, the D really stepped up tonight. It looked like in the middle they had that big guy, and there was just nothing there all night.
No, you're right 100%. And I mean, those guys, they're not a bad team, and they're not slow. They just weren't able to show tonight, and we were able to put the clamps on that. I would say they're probably we've seen in their real skill guys, and so I'm really happy, and that should give us a huge boost of confidence on that side of the ball.
Well, I'm sure you want to get in and celebrate with your team. It was a great win. Congratulations, Coach,
Thanks,
on your first win.
It. Yeah, it's a big deal.
It looked awesome tonight. It's been a while since we've dominated a team like this.
Yeah,
so
it felt good.
Congratulations. Up to you guys.
Thanks, Brett. Great job there, and Troy Anderson. Cool, calm, collect. We talked. Well, you weren't here. You were family reunion last week, but he sounds like a football coach, which it's one of those intangible things, right? It just kind of he fits the part, and gave all the credit to the kids, took credit for the mistakes, and a great start, good win for him, first home game.
The thing I like about Troy Anderson and his staff, they were all at the RJFL field last night, looking at the future of Riverton football, and that's been one of his goals. Is to bring all the levels, Eric, of football back together in Riverton, and he's provided plays for the 7th graders, for the RJFL players, and then he's teaching out here, and they're teaching guys how to tackle. They put some defensive drills into practice this week. They've worked a lot on tackling and just turning up the level of aggressive play. Mm-hmm. And they were concerned after the Cody and Powell games that their guys were a little too, lackadaisical on defense. Well, we didn't see that at all tonight. We saw Kai Gergen making plays in the backfield.
Getting pumped up.
Great performance tonight by Broden Mathis, Chris Topalm on defense. Caden Gantbein was in there. It was a team effort on defense. You could list 10, 11 guys that made contributions on defense. And, that's fun. It's, to me, football is about defense and setting up your offense, and then your offense coming in and taking a ball down the field and rewarding your defense with great plays. And, man, Riverton has a good quarterback. They've got a good running back. They've got a big physical offensive line. It makes you excited.
It does.
For weeks down
the story for me this evening was execution. They dealt with some adversity, and they came back, didn't let it get them down, and then executed the offensive game plan, established the run game, made good choices. There was a couple of pop-up balls there, and that could happen to just about anybody on the receiving end. But overall, great execution. Special teams can all of the units, special teams, defense, offense, all got it done, and the coaching staff deserves some credit for the weekly adjustments they made from last week into this week, and it brought success with them. So adjustments made and success achieved. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with a stat recap. You're listening to the Click It or Ticket post-game show right here on KTAK 93.9 FM, streaming live on WyoToday.com.
Bailey's Enterprises is a proud sponsor of Riverton Wolverines football. For over 50 years, Bailey's has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service and to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey, go Wolverines.
Adolescence can be a rewarding time for young people, but for some students, it can be emotionally trying. Did you know that nearly 22% of Fremont County students in grades 8 through 12 answered yes when asked if they had ever seriously considered suicide in the past year? If you or someone you know is at risk for suicide, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Paid for by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Gales Carpet One is a proud sponsor of this Riverton Wolverines broadcast. Lombardi once said, "The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary." Gales wants to applaud these young athletes on their drive to become the best team possible and show the state of Wyoming what it means to be a Wolverine. Gales Carpet One, floor and home, 220 East Main in Riverton. Go Big Red!
Lehman Studios is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Lehman Studios offers sports cards, mugs, statuettes, plus several photo package options. Visit us today at 210 West Main in Riverton. Lehman Studios, 856-3941.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Eric Pauly, Cody Beers back here. It's Riverton High School Click It or Ticket post-game show. As Cody, we bring this one to a close. Wolverines win it handedly and had successful running game, passing game. Defense stepped up to play. Special teams got things done. And, Brett was talking to us before the game what a weapon Tanner Johnson is with his foot. That's something that is a luxury in 3A football, to have yourself a kicker and a punter that is specialized enough that you can rely on him in clutch situations like that.
Yeah, and he even ran one out of the end zone, which
we'll figure that one out next week.
Out what happened, but Tanner Johnson with 6 PATs today, solid kicking all day long. Scoring recap for the Riverton Wolverines. They got it going in a big way. Scored 3 times in the first quarter. A 10-yard touchdown run by Damon DeVries on 4th down to get things going at the 9:04 mark of the first quarter. Johnson's kick made it 7-0. An 8-yard touchdown run by Trayton Hyatt with 4:19 to go in the first quarter. Johnson's PAT, it was 14-0. And then Damon DeVries scored again on a 46-yard run, 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Johnson's PAT gave Riverton a 21-0 lead, 128 yards rushing for the Wolverines in that first quarter. Second quarter gets underway. DeVries on a 5-yard touchdown pass to Nathan Hutchison at the 9:21 mark. PAT was good by Johnson. It was 28-0.
Evanston would score its first time of the day and a 28-yard reception by Cade Frankham. Micah Lichty with the PAT, it was 28-7. And then Damon DeVries at the third quarter started, 10-10 mark, a 40-yard touchdown run by DeVries. Johnson's PAT made it 35-7. Jagger Mitchell would score on a 4-yard touchdown run with 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Lichty's PAT made it 35-14. And then in the fourth quarter, Trayton Hyatt to eclipsed 100 yards for the first time in his senior year, probably around 130 yards. He scores on a 5-yard touchdown run with 9:14 to go. Johnson's PAT made it 42-14. That was the final round. And entering the fourth quarter, Eric, Riverton had 369 total yards on offense, 257 on the ground, and then Hyatt would go over 100 yards in that fourth quarter with just a lot of gutsy running down the stretch.
Thanks for keeping stats.
Yeah, we're working on it here. I'm doing about 5 things.
We'll take a look here. I have less time to do less things here. I guess we're less time to do more things here doing video, but we'll get things cleaned up here. We appreciate people. We also sincerely appreciate constructive criticism. We fixed the scoreboard from last week and added our sideline reporter this week. So if you have questions, comments, things like that, genuinely we want to hear them because we want to make the experience as best as we can for you. A look at some stat line scores for you. Let's see here. In Class 4A, number 2 Cheyenne Central defeats number 1 Sheridan 20-17 with a game-winning TD pass with 9 seconds left. Cheyenne Central will go number 1. Thunder Basin puts it on South 64-7. Kelly Walsh over Rock Springs 24-20. And then Cheyenne East caps off Campbell County with a 42-7 victory. And still in the fourth quarter, Natrona had a handedly large lead over Laramie, 48-14. Green River defeats Buffalo 8-6. I had a message here from Jake Hibbard, voice of the Green River Wolves, told me about how that game ended. The difference was, let's see, bad snap on the PAT that led to a wild pass into the end zone for 2 for the Wolves. And then Cody defeats Worland 42-6. Final here, 42-14 Riverton. Powell defeats Lander 31-0. The Panthers are real.
Oh, boy.
In Class 2A, Lyman defeats Cokeville 16-0. Big Piney over Thermopolis 14-12. Number 3, Thermop falls to Big Piney. Number 5, Upton Sundance 41, Newcastle 0, Wheatland 30, Bighorn 20. Let's see, Torrington keeps Glenrock scoreless 39-0. In the fourth quarter, number 2, Mountain View leading Lovell 12-7. Mountain View ranked second, Lovell number 1. Fourth quarter, Pinedale leading Kimmer 28-18, and Burns over Tongue River 16-7 final. In 1A 9-man ball, number 2, Rocky Mountain defeats Shoshone 22-20. And Lusk over Pine Bluff 50-27. Wright defeats Riverside 37-6. Number 1, Southeast 57. Lingle Fort Laramie 0. Wind River defeats Grable 14-13. I'll have to ask Ernie about that one on Monday. Number 1, Farson over Burlington 31-24 and 6-man. That is a very low-scoring game. 31-24 and 6-man. And then out of state, Douglas defeats Bella Forge 47-21. And Pocatello was beating Jackson 27-7. That was in the second half. Not sure if there's a final. Sugar Salem, Idaho defeats Star Valley 20-something-13. And then in 6-man non-varsity, Hewlett defeats the Sheridan Sophomores 38-34. That's a look at our stat breakdown. Short break, back with the rest of the stats and our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game after this here on KTAK 93.9 FM and streaming live at yotoday.com.
Overhead door, we're your total window and door store. We have garage doors, front doors, storm doors, screen doors, glass doors, sliding doors, shower doors, French doors, wood doors, metal doors for your business or home. And the finest brands of windows and service you come to know. We have the right door for your loading dock. We sell the best hardware, handles, and locks. Overhead door, we're your total window and door store. Overhead door.
Porter's Mountain View Supply is celebrating 42 years in business, which brings you anniversary savings. From September 10th to the 12th, get 10% off Hearthstone stoves,
For years, Vermont craftsmen have been committed to building quality stoves, handcrafting each hearthstone with the most advanced heating technology. As a stamp of craftsmanship, every Hearthstone soapstone stove is signed by the stove builder. Get the best in home heating comfort at Porter's 42nd anniversary sale, September 10th through the 12th.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's take and bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Eric Pauly alongside Cody Beers. He's over there. We'll take a look. Here's your final stat line momentarily. A reminder, everybody, we'll have Homecoming Parade live stream for you on wyotoday.com this week. Also, the Coronation, which I think is Tuesday. Yeah, so Tuesday we'll have the Coronation for you. Depending on weather, that one might be inside or outside, but we'll bring it to you. And Cody, you got to look at stat lines for us?
Yeah, let's look at offense first. A lot of happy stats for the Riverton Wolverines tonight. Total offensive yards. It gives me shivers. 485 yards, Eric, on the through the air and on the ground for this Riverton offense. Trayton Hyatt finishes with 23 carries for 141 yards. Damon DeVries just outstanding all night. 14 carries. 193 yards for Damon DeVries, 12 of 16 passing for 128 yards. Receiving-wise, Lucas Engel, 6 catches for 67 yards. Blake Dale, 3 catches for 51 yards. Nimmo with 1 catch for 14 yards in the contest, and also 3, I guess I got those 3 catches for 51 yards. That's just kind of a stat highlight. Trayton Hyatt, outstanding night. Big night for the Riverton defense. Broden Mathis with 11 tackles in the game, 17 points, 7 tackles for the sophomore Braden Vincent. He has 11 defensive points. Kai Gergen was outstanding out of the defensive backfield, making some 2 tackles for losses in the game, 10 defensive points. Chris Topalm with 19 defensive points. Caden Gantenbein tonight was big inside, 18 defensive points. He ends up with 8 tackles, a pass breakup, and a fumble recovery. And Skylar Soule finishes tonight with 7 defensive points. He gets credit for that fumble recovery when Riverton was on offense. Isaiah Bemmett goes both ways tonight, comes in as right guard. He has 4 tackles and 6 points in the ball game. So just wanted to point out that Skylar Soule playing with a heavy heart tonight. His grandfather, Terry Olson, passed away yesterday after a long battle of ill health, and so Skylar Soule will be with his family as they bury his grandpa on Monday. So those are some of your final stats, Eric.
All right, let's wrap this thing up here, Cody. We'll do our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game, and again, thank you to Rick and the gang for sponsoring our Player of the Game this year, not only for Riverton games, but also our county game of the week, and then extended into basketball as well. I appreciate it, and it's a cool thing for the kids to get a pizza from Papa Murphy's, share with the family, or eat it all themselves, whatever they decide to do. Player of the Game honoree this time, Cody.
Well, Trayton Hyatt, he's going to get our Player of the Game. Hyatt finishes with 141 yards rushing. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. He provided that spark up the middle, and you know, the offensive line, that's kind of a Player of the Game for them, too. They were just outstanding, blowing Evanston off the ball all night long. Trayton Hyatt, our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game.
All right. Well, you ready to put this one to bed?
I am.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. The bus is getting ready to head out of here back to Evanston.
Appreciate you sitting in on this one, Cody, and thank you to the Riverton Wolverines coaching staff for cooperating with our interviews, and again, the Riverton High School letting us actually come do the game. I appreciate that. Brett Watson on the sideline. I'm Eric Pauly. He's Cody Beers. I want to thank Rusty Wirtz back at the studio for not only doing some board operating work for us, but she's also the reason all of these graphics look so great. She's extremely talented and makes all these frames for us, and it would not look the way it does without her. Also, thanks to Larry for giving us stats tonight. Wouldn't have been able to do that without Larry. Everybody else back at the Wind River Radio Network for making this broadcast possible, and we'll see you back next week for Homecoming, Wolverines in Jackson, right here on KTAK 93.9 FM and streaming live on wyotoday.com.